Welcome to another episode of the Banner Report podcast, starring Cody Adams and Steve Crowley.
Are you ready? You think you can tell us what to do? You think you can tell us what to wear? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready. Bow to the masters. Break it down! Degenerate into something fool. We just got tired of doing what you told us to do. That's a break, boy. Yeah, that's a break, little man. Break it down. Degeneration! Degeneration!
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Banner Report podcast, starring Cody Adams and our third Mike, Jacob Pierce.
Stand in, Jacob. Yep. I'm back.
You're back. Steve Crowley is on his way in. We will admit him when he's ready. As always, guys, just dragging ass, but what can you do? We're coming to you live on May 1st of 2023. The Celtics take on the Philadelphia 76ers in Game 1. Jacob, what are you thinking? How are you feeling about this team right now? How are you feeling about this game?
I mean, the whole Embiid part is kind of how I'm feeling. I feel like we were already going to be like better than them, and then that kind of happened. So it's kind of throwing a wrench in it. I hope it doesn't make them beat us oddly in some weird way. But now we should crush them, which I honestly don't even like as much. Like, I don't really like it.
Yeah.
It's basically just that the whole Embiid thing just makes it weird.
Yeah, I mean, the Celtics actually kind of don't have a good record when the other team's missing their best star. There was like a thing by, I forget who, Sean Grandy, I think, the voice of the Celtics on 98.5, posted the record this year when like the other team was missing their quote-unquote best player. And like there was like 15 L's on there, of teams that you should have beaten. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of been the endemic of the Celtics. The main issue with this team is that they play down the competition a lot. They rise up and they meet the occasion, but they also play down. But yeah, I really think they should blow this Philadelphia team especially without JoJo. They should blow them out of the water. Even with JoJo, I like our chances. And when he does come back, which I believe he will come back, I think he's going to be lunch meat because his injury is severe.
They shouldn't have anyone for our talent, honestly.
No, yeah, I mean, what is it? It's James Harden, Tyrese Maxey, and Tobias Harris.
Yeah.
Versus, maybe the best team to fucking step on a court in terms of depth. But yeah, right now it's 10-9. The Sixers are leading. But it's early. It's early. Al's having a conniption right now. Yeah, I mean, the Sixers, they've been resting for a bit. That Nets series was a breeze. They swept. James Harden just went down. Nope, he's fine. They swept, so they've been resting for a while. And the Celtics, luckily, they handled business in Game 6 against the Hawks. They won by 8 points to close out that series. What'd you take away from the Hawks series? What do you feel about that?
Well, one thing just quick about the rest, and it kind of has to do with that too, like kind of letting it go a bit, is that like I think out of all the teams in the league, at least we're like one of the more young teams that isn't as like we are like we're not someone like Embiid with like a wicked big dude that needs rest. Like at least we kind of like it's probably better with flow. I honestly don't even know. I don't even know if we would be in a better situation if we won 4 easy and then chilled for like a week.
Yeah.
I don't even know because we're kind of a young bunch, except for Horford, basically. Like it shouldn't have been that hard. But the Hawks, yeah, I mean it ended up being the Hawks ended up basically playing like a playoff team the second half of the series. So it was kind of weird. It was just like, oh yeah, wait, this is the team that was surprising everyone in back in 2021 or 2020.
Yeah.
Like they just kind of got feisty. It's almost like they got more confident as the series went. And I'm glad we won, but it went a little longer than I thought. What about you? Like, that thought it should have went, you know?
Well, I mean, I feel like the Hawks team, they were sneaky, pretty tough. I mean, they beat the Heat in the
Yeah,
play-in. How
yeah.
that's kind of like a how the hell did they do that? And the Heat, we'll talk about it. Obviously, the Heat go on to beat the one seed Bucks, um, knock them out of the playoffs. So the fact that they beat that scrappy of a team, I think that they can they're a good offensive team. They can score. They're tough. Trey likes to live up, play it big in the big moments. Although he kind of shriveled in the second half of the last game. Um, yeah, it went one game longer than it should have.
Yeah.
They really, what was it, game five? No, yeah, game five they lost, right? Or
Yeah.
game four?
Yeah, we lost game five.
I think
We lost game five at home.
game five was a bit grim. That was like, how the hell did you lose that? Like
Mhm.
that was brutal. Um, but they hard to complain. You beat them in six. It's not going to be. I mean, no matter what, it's not going to be that easy. It's the NBA. You got. It's the most like. It's the most parity in the NBA playoffs I think I've ever seen.
Well,
you know.
that's the sort of annoying, like it's like it's obviously like the best problem to have, but we have such a standard for our sports now that like we won in six and we're like, and we never really were in doubt of winning the series, and we're like still like disappointed with that result. Like we just
Yeah.
want it. We want more, like we're like, it was we won, but we wish there was better vibes and it was shorter. It's like we're so spoiled.
Yeah, yeah. We set a very high standard for our teams.
Oh man, I mean, like the thing is too, it's like also the NBA is so talented right now that like the Hawks are talked as if they're like they might have been the second worst team in the playoffs behind the Nets, and
Yeah.
but that's still a really good team if like Trey can be an All NBA player, and then they have like a DeJounte can be too, and then they have a lot of really good role players. Like they're if you look at their roster on paper, like obviously Trey and like the coaching stuff and John Collins, like sometimes there's just weird bad vibe stuff going on there. But like on paper, their team's pretty disgusting. Like that, like sometimes they'd be rolling and like their fifth or fourth option would be like DeAndre Hunter or like Boggy, and I'd be like, this is like not even that. It's like, why is this a bad team? Like I
They
don't
should be a
know.
lot better than they are.
Yeah, Quinn Snyder maybe they will be kind of tough next year because Quinn
Yeah, it's going to be
they have a
interesting to
good.
see.
Yeah, they have Quinn Snyder now.
I wonder if he's going to roll out the same squad.
Yeah, no, they've been like weirdly lingering for a bit. Like moves they've talked about, like John Collins has been like shopped every year. Maybe that'll actually happen. But he did good at the end. So I don't
Yeah, he
know.
showed up the last two games. He finally showed up.
I wish he was
Um,
more active because everything he does is like, other than obviously just sometimes he's shooting, but like his highlights are so cool. Wish he was
he's
more
a freak
effective.
athlete.
Yeah.
He has
He's
a
not.
good skill set. He can shoot too, or he's supposed to be able to shoot. Tall, freaky, lanky athlete can jam the daylights out of the ball. Um, but yeah, I just think they also lack from their two best players. And Dejounte was really good, but Trey Young's not the best. He's a liability. You can't get over the fact that he's just a defensive liability. People want to hunt him out. Um,
Yeah, that's why
it
I'm never actually that scared of them. Is like
yeah.
because I feel like that we should just have that in the back, like just find Trey and switch on to him like every time if we
And
need.
he thinks he's Steph Curry, but he's just not with those 35-foot, 40-foot 3 pointers. You just pull up threes.
We saw what Steph Curry act like. We see what actually Steph Curry is,
Yeah.
and it's a god.
Yeah. So this is, and I'm going to pose this question to Steve whenever he comes on. Probably wiping his ass or something, taking him forever. Who is the best player in the NBA right now?
I don't know. It's really it is tough. If Steph, I guess it really does depend on this postseason. I feel like last postseason was a little bit odd in the West. If he went, if they go really far, maybe not even win a championship, but if they like almost win the West or something, like he really has an argument. But if they lose to the like Lakers, like there's a chance that like the Kings are a little bit like young. If they lose to the Lakers, he's not he's that'll kind of knock him down a little.
Yeah, it would be a real. It's. I mean, it's a really disappointing sophomore. I mean, sophomore year. You want it's not a sophomore year for them, but like a follow up year to a championship, a second round exit. That's
Yeah,
brutal.
especially the
Um,
Lakers too. Like this Lakers team that might not people thought weren't even going to make it.
yeah, I mean, people didn't think the Warriors were going to make it, but yeah. So it's like, Steve, I posed the question: who is the best player in the NBA right now? And I don't think
Mm,
it's. I don't think it's.
Giannis or Jokic. And I don't
See,
think
I
it's
don't
really
think it's
close.
either. I don't think it's either of them.
I
What
think
is it?
Jokic has had too easy of a time, so people have been forgetting how good. Like he's been just killing. Like he's actually had a better. He might have had a better postseason than Curry because he's not having to do this. You know.
Well, I mean, Jokic right now in the playoffs is averaging 26, 13, and 8. I mean, that's pretty dominant.
Yeah, but if you need to win a series, if you need to win a series,
It's
you
either
need to
Giannis,
win it.
it's either Giannis or it's Jokic.
You think it's Giannis?
Well, I mean, if you want, are we talking about a playoff series? Because it's Jimmy Butler, if that's the
It's Jimmy
case.
Butler. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's either Jimmy Butler or Steph Curry. I think it's one of those two.
To win a playoff series right now, it's one of those two, I
They're
think.
they're the
I
two
mean,
non-bigs, that's for sure. They're the two guards. Or
Giannis has been doing it though.
I mean, Giannis has been the best player in the NBA for half this last decade. Um, but when it comes to if I need to win a series, I don't think he's up there. I mean, he's up there. He's top five, but he's not one or two. I think
I
it
mean,
would
I
have to
feel
be
like
Jimmy or
there's a little bit of
Steph.
recency bias right now, though, too.
This is 2 years in a row.
Yeah, I
He's had a
mean,
stacked team.
last year was a second round exit. This year was a first round exit.
Yeah, this year was a huge nail in that coffin.
Yeah, like after his comments about after the game about it not being a failure or whatever. Like, I don't know.
It's not great. Also, LeBron James is kind of he's sneaky in there somewhere. you
He's
know, I
sneaky fifth, maybe.
yeah,
Because
he's in there somewhere.
he's
I mean,
not
Jokic is in there.
watch
consistently
the
making.
Nuggets just like win again by like 15 tonight against like KD and like Book though. Like in order to be like, is Jokic just like doing it too easily?
Well, I mean, there's also when you're playing the Suns, they don't have a fucking bench. Like your first guy off the bench is freaking was it Shamit?
Landry Shamet.
Yeah, like Landry Shamit is your first guy off the bench. That's not a great sign. That's
No.
how you lose the series because those Nuggets, they're a well-oiled machine. Their whole bench is going to be running it.
Well, I'll tell you what, if Jamal Murray keeps up the way he's playing,
Oh
look
yeah, they
out.
also have no
Look
guard
out.
defense on the Suns either, so that's pretty helpful.
Basically, Jokic just needs like Michael Porter or Jamal to be hitting like good, like well each night. One or the other needs to just be like hitting crazy, and that's not that much to ask for because they're both so good.
Yeah, the Michael Porter Jr. this year has been shooting crazy from three.
His shots are so weird because he like pump fakes like 3 times, and then like he shoots pretty odd.
He shoots like on the way down half the time.
Yeah, and he's like always leaning away.
You notice what's interesting? We didn't mention a single Celtics player.
Yeah, well, the Celtics win as a
Yikes.
team. So, like first half of the season, I thought Jason Tatum was the top 5 player in the league.
Right. Do me a favor, each of you. Rank, and let's start with Jacob first. Rank the best players in this year's playoffs, and stop when you get to a Celtic.
Um,
And I'm talking about teams that have been eliminated, so you can include Giannis.
I mean, so I guess Giannis. Uh, I mean, I'd probably Giannis, Jokic. I guess Embiid, but he's injured. It just kind of feels weird, but Embiid. LeBron in the playoffs has been better than anyone on our team, probably. Um, Curry. It's
That's
just weird
six.
with injuries. It's like, oh, do I count like Kawhi's like 30 minutes? Or where he had amazing he had
True.
an amazing game, but like he did better than anyone on our team. But I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I guess it would be a bit, but I guess we have been winning by committee, except for Jalen a couple games, which isn't a bad thing, I guess. But I mean, what do you about you guys?
Steve, where do you go? Nice run.
I mean, if we're gonna include um teams that have already been eliminated, I mean, you got like out of 16 teams, you got a guy that's probably what, like the sixth or seventh before you get to Tatum. Like, and that's not even too bad. And that's Tatum's been the most healthy out of all of them. Like, he's not missing time. He's not hobbled.
All right, let me do it and see if you disagree. So I'm gonna go Steph, Jimmy, or Jimmy and Steph, Giannis, Embiid, LeBron. Who am I missing? Kevin Durant, Devin Booker. Who am I missing? Oh, Jokic is way up in the top five. I forgot him. Jokic, Tatum, I guess. So I have him 7.
That looks like 9 to me. It was like 9.
Oh, it is 8. It's 8. It's 8.
Wait, did you have Embiid up there?
I did.
The thing is about Embiid, like I agree.
It is 9. You're right.
Obviously, Embiid would be like, he'd be like way up on like the MVP thing, but like, I don't know. Like, if you're asking me who I want for a 7-game series, I'm tempted just to say Tatum just because of durability. I don't even know if Embiid can survive a hard fought 7-game series, to be honest.
That does
He
matter.
played 3 games against the Nets, and he's out. And
That's why I left Kawhi. I left Kawhi off the list because Kawhi, from what we saw, was looking like the best player in the playoffs, and his knee he tore, what was it, a torn meniscus?
Yeah, that's what it was.
You know, and it's kind of his thing, the injuries.
Yeah, he's always injured. Embiid's always injured.
I feel like Kawhi's gonna retire soon.
I don't think he
God.
might have 3 more years in him. I think.
He's basically retired now. He played fucking less than 50 games.
Yeah, but the contracts now, he's getting like $30-something million a year. I'd play 50 games for 30-something million. I don't care what anybody says about me.
No, yeah, I mean, if it's go work, if you can get it,
report says about me. I'm gonna get my 30 million. Go chill.
it's good work if you can get it. I just don't see another franchise ever giving him that money.
Oh, there's dumbass franchises all over the association.
I don't think so, dude. I still don't think so. What's the point? He doesn't play. It'd be different if it was like get somebody overpaying for Grant Williams who plays 70 games.
Yeah.
It's a guy who doesn't play, so you can't even like, you can't even like lure the fan base to the games because you don't know when he's starting.
Yeah, he's getting too old to trick any, like I don't know, like he could like, if it was a few years ago, he could play the highlights. I mean, this happened a few years ago, but like the Raptors chip, that's a pretty enticing offer. Like, hey, do you want to be my next Make-A-Wish like first time championship franchise? I'll come in and win one for you. That's it. But he's just getting too old with all these injuries, so he probably can't have a leverage like that anymore.
I mean, don't you think that the Sixers, if once Harden's gone, don't you think that they would take a flyer on Kawhi if they could?
Yeah, maybe if
Harden's going to be gone after this year. He's going to Houston.
I think they're gonna pay Maxey a lot of money.
Let's go,
Still
Rob.
Still a lot of money on the table for a Kawhi Leonard.
And Tobias is gonna come off the books too, probably.
Yeah, and then you could have Kawhi and Joel Embiid play like a total of 25 minutes together the whole regular season.
They got to do something because Joel Embiid's contract's coming up.
I don't know if Joel Embiid's the kind of guy to ask out though.
I think he wants to go to New York. It's very heavily rumored that he could go to the Knicks. I'm pretty sure his agent is like really tight with the owner of the Knicks or something like that. There's some link with him in the Knicks.
All these agents are tight with all the owners though. If you have
Dude, imagine Joel Embiid in the New York Knicks though. They'd fucking go nuts.
Him and Julius Randle.
Well, send that guy packing because he's awful.
Yeah, that team still wouldn't scare me.
Get rid of Mitchell Robinson. He's fucking 10 times the player Mitchell Robinson and Julius Randle are combined. Like, get him off.
That team still wouldn't scare me, to be honest.
We'll see. Hey, you might be eating crow because it looks like they moved on. They beat the 4 seed there, and they snuck game 1, right?
The Knicks, no, they lost to the Heat.
Oh yeah, shit, they lost the Heat.
Yeah, the Heat are nasty.
Yeah,
Jimmy
wait,
Butler,
they can't sneak game 1 to the 5 seed. They heated the fucking 8 seed.
the thing is, Jimmy Butler and Steph are the 2 players I fear in the playoffs right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, out of who's left in the playoffs, there's only 2 guys that I would put above Tatum.
An interesting thing.
3.
Really? Yeah.
3.
I was gonna say. The interesting thing, I guess, about that list is that
Go, Broggy. I think he has two.
The Celtics have two of their 2 stars are probably in the top 10. Them and the Suns have, I think, 2 stars in the top 10 of the players list. Jalen could be the number 10, Tatum at 9 and 10.
Suns might have three in the top 15. I don't know how much CP3 fell, but
I wouldn't put CB3 in the top 15 in the playoffs right now.
Well, it ain't
before
like
I'd
you
say
can put
before
Aiden.
this, I would have probably thought he would have been, but he's been bad. Like
He's just like
Derek White's probably actually better now.
he's just taking up minutes. Like he's not even like really doing much. Like he's
Well,
not.
they have such garbage point guards on that team that he's still their best point guard.
How's it a
Yeah.
reach?
Like you said, the bar is low.
Yeah. They have Shamit and like Campaign.
Yeah, like if those are your other guards on the team, like you need somebody like CP3 no matter what level he's at.
I mean, the Celtics have what,
Peyton
4 in the
Pritchard
top
would be
20?
getting 30 minutes on that team.
Oh yeah.
Peyton Pritchard would average 20 in the playoffs in the Suns right now.
Oh, he would easily. That team is their bench is so bad. They're not going to beat the Nuggets.
So the Nuggets might run the West like easy.
The Suns top 2 stars are like easily the best pairing in the probably left in the playoffs. But it's the difference is that and the Celtics have probably a top 10 top 10 pairing in Jalen and Jason. The difference is the composition of the team around them. The Suns have you and I and us three starting on the bench, and the Celtics have like a legit starting 5 on their bench. Like they could probably field another team with their bench.
I would take Derek White. Like our third option's better than Aiton too, in my opinion. I'd take Derek White over Aiton.
Aiden's sucking it up.
He just is always timid too. Like Derek White probably has more blocks in the playoffs. He definitely does. Derek White definitely has more blocks, I bet, than Aiton.
Yeah, he's just plays soft. He doesn't look like he cares.
And then you got White, who's like the most like one of the more aggressive guard defenders in the league. It's just very different. You just need that type of shit.
Is that the end of the first quarter? 38-31?
Yeah, that's your first quarter, 38-31. That's a big score in the first quarter.
If you bet the over.
The freaking Sixers hit everything.
They're not playing like the Nets anymore that will score under 100 every game.
Yeah, and the Sixers are playing way above their heads right now. It's all going to level out.
Did I ask any of you guys to put action on the game?
I got action on it. Let me check it out.
I don't actually.
I don't have any. I'd probably take the Celtics to cover at -10.
I got over unders on players.
What about Blake Griffin minutes?
Oh geez.
What over under 5? Like
Honestly, he might get over 5. He had 6 the other night.
Yeah, he played 5:53. Still over 5, but
What if it's 5.5?
I think there was a points, rebounds, assist over 23.5 for Tobias Harris. I kind of like that. If this game's gonna be competitive, he has to show up.
I got the over on 34 points, rebounds, and assists for Jalen. I got the over on 42.5 PRA for Tatum. I got the under on 38.5 PRA for Harden. And Harden is lighting it up right now.
What's he got?
I think James Harden, he's got 14 points and an assist already.
It's a weird stat line for him.
Yeah, he was on fire to start this game.
He's gonna get points, but the thing is like, can he get assists? This fucking commercial is making me horny. You see this commercial, the Savage X Fenty commercial? What the hell are they doing? What the hell? I'm here to watch a basketball game, not get fucking horny.
James Harden, 16 points and 2 assists in the first quarter. 7 of 10 shooting. They got him and he's played all 12 minutes of the first quarter. If they're just gonna ride him, then he's not gonna have anything left in the second half.
He already rolled his ankle.
Yeah, he's too old. He's not gonna have it for the whole series.
Yeah, you see that Jimmy did? I don't know what's up with that.
Oh yeah, he's not gonna play for game 2.
No, wait, what?
Right.
Or he might not play.
I didn't know that. I was actually gonna ask if he was just gonna be like the type that's like, nope, I just tightened it.
No, he played the whole rest of the game, and didn't really do anything afterwards. He was hobbled, like he was hobbling around, and I guess from all of what I heard, like they just stuck him in the corner as a decoy, and the Knicks couldn't figure out what the hell to do. It
Yeah.
was a terrible coaching job by Thibodeau. They said I was listening to Bill Simmons and Ryan Russillo, and he said he counted. He said 12 possessions after he rolled his ankle and like couldn't really walk for 12 straight possessions. The Knicks didn't even go after him on defense.
Yeah,
They
that's the thing.
like
Like, I couldn't really tell how injured Jimmy was. And if he was that injured, then that's crazy because we should have been able to feel it through the screen.
yeah, I didn't get to watch the game, but it was like RJ Barrett, he was covering RJ and RJ came and called for a screen to get Lowry on him, and then he got stripped. It's like you got the guy that's injured already on you. Why are you calling for a screen to get a switch? Don't
There,
make
I
no
think
sense.
everyone's that afraid of Jimmy, honestly.
I just think it's bad coaching by Thibodeau. I think Thibodeau might be the most overrated coach in the league. I don't really see him as being that great of a coach. Him and Budenholzer. Although people, at least when you talk about Budenholzer, they say he's bad.
Yeah,
I don't really hear you
Bud's
saying
not
that.
getting love anymore, that's for sure.
Yeah, he'll probably lose his job this year.
Oh,
Oh
you
no,
hear
didn't
about,
his brother die? Didn't his
yeah,
brother
his
die?
brother died in a car accident, I think.
What?
Yeah, during the playoffs.
I mean, that sucks. That's awful, but I don't know. The resume's kind of been written on this guy before that.
Yeah. He kind of just, he looked like he mailed it in at the end of that. But he'll get a job somewhere. Somebody will pick him up.
Yeah, so will Nick Nurse, you know.
Oh, for sure.
Ime Udoka in the news. He's the head coach of the Houston Rockets now. Oh, what do we think about that, huh?
Wild boy Ime going to Houston. That'll work out well.
And James Harden's coming to visit him, so that'll be a match made in heaven.
Oh, I cannot wait for that first time that Ime's just yelling at James sitting on the bench and James just sitting there rolling his eyes and doesn't care.
I'm interested to see how he whips the like Jalen Green and like Kevin Porter Jr. partnership.
I
Because
just
Yeah, I
think, I
don't.
mean, they're not like it's a great. He's a good coach, right? Like we think he's a good coach, regardless of the off the court shit. Um, but it's like they have nobody. They just have really young talent, I guess, and that's not they're like so. I don't think they're going to be a threat to anybody next year, even with James Harden, unless they just make big splashes in free agency. You know,
yeah, wait, what kind of odds do they have? Do they have their own pick and they were really bad? I think I don't know if they have another pick too. I think they got a lot in the recent trades.
I think they have their own pick.
They might have
Like
more too. They might have
they
like a
have
lot
more, but I don't think
coming.
they have anything like crazy. They don't have like OKC. OKC and can't remember who else. They have like all
Utah.
the Utah. They have like every pick in the first round.
Because the Grizzlies didn't use it on OG too, the Grizzlies have a surprising amount of picks. Because I
This
remember looking because they were like they could have used like four to trade for OG if they wanted to. So that's how many they have a lot.
What do we
yeah,
think about the Grizzlies? Disappointed?
they had so many injuries. I can't hold them too accountable when you're missing Adams and who was the other guy?
Brandon Clark.
Clark.
Clark. John Morant broke his hand one game and then just kept playing. So you
Yeah,
I
can't.
just don't. I don't. They're like I think they're just. They need
They got to run it
somebody
back
else other
though.
than Ja.
They got to run it back. No, y'all be fine. He's fine for that team. They need somebody.
Yeah, no, he's fine, but he's just so
They need
reckless. He's
somebody
gonna get hurt
guard
all the
Dylan
time.
Brooks.
Yeah, they need, but they need like they just need another star.
you gotta think of what like obviously he came back from it and stuff and like but like it's not I don't even know like what is stupid off court stuff this court you did to their probably like their flow and like honestly probably overworked the other people, maybe got them in like you know what I mean? Like he was gone for a bit, might have
Well,
overworked his
last year,
cast.
last year they had like
Um
the same team,
Fucked with the
right?
chemistry, the flow. I don't know. That shit needs to be definitely like factored in. Like obviously it ended up being fine, but that suspension might have fucked them up.
Well, I mean, last year, Ja missed a shitload of time, and they won like a ton of games without him. They had like a winning
Yeah,
record without him. So, I mean, I don't think that they're really too worried about their
but like
chemistry.
I'm just
you gotta
gonna
be
go on
worried
a
about
limb.
something.
As
Something's.
currently constructed, they're not winning a championship if
It
they
seems
run the
like the
same
injuries are
team
gonna
they
happen every year, so it's like something's wrong.
Well,
They're
it's
Um,
the
not the
way he
first team
plays.
to have injuries.
Yeah, it's the way he plays too. He plays real reckless. He's gonna have injuries.
Something's up with like the way they play or something because they just can't really last the season. They should because they're like the youngest, one of the younger teams.
It's just a little bit of bad luck over there, and um, yeah, I don't think they're gonna win a championship either because this is a two-star league. The only teams that ever have a shot at winning a title have 2 stars.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They don't like who's their second best player?
Triple J.
Triple J, but I think he'd be a really good third piece.
Yeah, he's a great
Awful
defense.
second piece.
He's not getting you 25 a
Or-
game like anyone else's second star. This zone.
Imagine how good Kevin Durant would be on that team.
I mean, imagine how good Kevin Durant would be on any team.
Yeah, I mean he's the best plug and play player in the NBA, but
It's Kevin
but,
Durant.
but like I'm just saying on that. Imagine that you have John Morant fucking shot out of a fucking cannon into the paint, and then you just kick it out to Kevin Durant from a long two, or Triple J just locking down on the boards. That'd be a really nice addition. Too bad.
Yeah, what the hell they got to trade for that guy?
No, he's not. Matt Ishbia. Matt Ishbia fucking put all the chips on the table. Unfortunately, he sent a little too much. He put too many chips in the middle of the table, and I think he screwed himself out of a honest shot of a championship this year.
Yeah, he just absolutely fucking gutted that team for Kevin Durant. But next year, the thing is, if you have Kevin Durant, then you can attract other stars.
But where are they getting them? They don't have money for any stars.
Yeah, but you got guys coming on mid levels and shit like that.
When does that? When does the CBA take place?
They're gonna ease it in, but I don't think that they're that far over, and they're not repeat offenders because the Suns never spend any fucking money. Like that team didn't have any money.
They have new ownership though.
They do. They do.
They're the ones
They
that
spend
just traded
money.
for KD. Maybe they'll spend way too much.
So the thing about new owners, they always want to make a splash and spend all their money.
I mean, yeah, they got to do something in the offseason. I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll fucking shock the world and win one this year. But
No, not how they're constructed.
yeah, I don't think so.
But you also need to have a bench if you want to win a title.
Yeah, their stars are also like the opposite of Iron Man too. They had like bad injuries this year. Like I don't. They have like such little supporting cast and like Book and KD. I don't think could last. He couldn't carry for more than another series. I don't think.
No, and CP3 definitely can't.
Not playing in 48 minutes a game.
No.
that ain't gonna work.
They need to play 48 minutes because the team's got no bench.
Right.
Yeah, if only they had Mikal Bridges who like doesn't get injured.
Yeah,
That was the one. That honestly, that was the minute they lost their chance of the championship. Is like he had to go.
And they weren't going to take anything less than that they were going to not take Mikal Bridges in that trade because
They weren't going to get any better offer than that from any who are they going to? Sure, the Magic maybe, but I don't think they were going to get a better offer than the one the Suns gave.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But like the Nets weren't going to give up Durant without getting Bridges, so the Suns weren't going to win a title when they made the trade, anyways. I don't think. So that's tough.
Well, that was the last shoe to drop. There was argument over Mikal. He was the piece that was negotiable.
But if I'm the Nets, I'm not making any trade without having Mikal involved. Because like who else?
You wouldn't take another first round pick?
No.
I
don't want to take a draft pick.
The Suns are going to be awful in 2030. I would take another draft pick. Their 2030 draft pick.
But it's like, hey, I'm going to take a 2030 draft pick that I'm going to take a flyer out on a kid that might not be good, or I can take a known commodity that I know is good.
I mean, listen, yeah, obviously if you're the Nets, you get Mikal Bridges, but if I was Matt Ishbia, I'd be like, no.
We might all be dead in 2030.
True. This is a good way to look
That's
at it.
Fuck it, trade all the draft picks.
True, we might all be dead in 2030, but we're still not winning a championship in 2023, so.
The Celtics are.
Celtics are, yeah, because we made that trade. We got all the Nets picks for a fucking decade.
I mean, the thing is, I love our identity when it comes to like the drafting and stuff because we're such a drafted team other than our few pieces that we traded for. But it's funny, like I almost was thinking like that last year, and then I realized that like we were facing the Warriors, which is not really you don't really have a good argument against them for that shit because they're also a home other than that when they borrowed KD for a couple of years, they're pretty much
Yeah,
a homegrown team too. It's like that kind of I feel like the whole like acquiring superstars thing is so overblown for what actually ends up winning in the championship.
well, I mean, yeah, the Warrior. I mean, Wiggins. They wouldn't have had Wiggins, and I think without Wiggins, we would
We would have
have
won.
won. Yeah,
Yeah, I feel like it's about like the massive like fourth option pickups and third option pickups versus like the Kevin Durant type swings.
And also, their draft is weird too because they also got Steph Curry late because he had ankle injuries, so that was really taking a flyer on
well,
that. It
you
wasn't
can't
sustainable.
forget he was sidelined with those for
Yeah,
a
yeah,
bunch at the beginning.
yeah. Him and Monte Ellis, that was their backcourt for a while, and then
I know I love Monte.
Clay wasn't even that high of a draft pick, I don't think.
Yeah, they
Draymond,
were both like 12, 13, or
Draymond
whatever.
wasn't crazy up there, I don't think.
Draymond was a second round pick.
Yeah,
I
they no they got crazy value out
think
of
they
his
used the
draft.
first round. I think they used their highest draft pick on Andrew Bogut.
No, they actually don't draft high well.
He was
Well, they
drafted by
haven't
the
really done
Bucks,
that in a
but
while because they've been good, but
Oh yeah, I forgot Bogut was on the Bucks.
where he
oh,
Um,
snapped his arm.
yeah, Amari Stoudemire gave him a little push at the rim.
yeah, that was pretty gross.
Oh man. Well, yeah, no, I mean, I think Simmons had Brian Windhorst on his podcast to discuss the CBA, and he said it was a very anti-LA, anti-Warriors CBA. They wanted to make sure that that could never happen again. Adding Kevin Durant, adding Andrew Wiggins, and just basically drafting two studs and then building a team, cycling a team of stars around that, so they could just keep running it back and
Yeah,
like have players. I mean, you can't forget they added people for league minimums, and so did the Cavs. Like David West comes to mind. I know he sucked, but he played for league minimum. LaMarcus Aldridge signing league minimums to play for the Nets.
yeah.
Like players who would command a better salary at their time took a lot less to play with these stacked teams. Not that they ended up mattering much, either way.
But like Andrew Wiggins could have probably gone somewhere and got like a max deal. Like somebody would have paid him a max deal, and he went to the Warriors instead.
Yeah, well, then now they won't be able to add an Andrew Wiggins, or
Yeah.
no team will be able to add an Andrew Wiggins unless the Cavs want to sign him back, right? So, which who knows? Maybe they will.
Harden's going
Nice.
crazy.
Harden is going off. He got
I got
20.
50. I got 57-50 Celtics right now,
Yeah, that's what I'm at too.
and he just got a blocking foul on Brogdon. So, Steve, we were talking about the Atlanta Hawks series. What do you think happened? What's the story with that? I guess we'll circle back to it.
But you're ahead of me somehow. Jesus Christ. Um, you said, what do I think about the Atlanta Hawks series? I think you did what Doc Rivers said you can't do. You can't play with your meat. You know, grown men cannot play with their meat. Not on the national stage like that. Just unacceptable. You gotta finish it. You gotta finish the job. 6 games is too much against the Hawks. I gave him one. Trey, you're gonna go off one game. You have a weird game like that, but then you shit all down your leg in Boston on game 5.
That was a tough one, yeah.
That was the unacceptable one. Like you can't fuck around with it. Like it's an NBA team. I know that you're better than them, but it's an NBA team and they're playing for pride and it's the playoffs. This isn't like a game in January going up to the All-Star break where teams just disinterested and throwing away games. Like this is the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking like we were talking like the Hawks were probably the second weakest team in the playoffs, maybe arguably. But they still beat the Heat. Like they beat the Heat to play for the play-in, and the Heat obviously went on to beat the Bucks. So they just have dudes. They have talent. They don't perform up to their level, like up to their what they should be, but they do have talent.
They got talent. They don't have defensive talent. That's the problem.
Well,
And Trey Young has balls. Like when the
see that
moment
Tatum
matters.
pass?
That was an absolute dime. His playmaking in this game so far has been unbelievable.
Hey, Tatum's been way better this year in general. Past people like to shit on his shooting a lot, but like the people that like shit on like sometimes I just know who doesn't actually watch the games because obviously he'll have bad shooting nights, but like some nights he'll have great defending and like rebounding and assisting nights and like not shoot that much. So he's like only has like 15 points. It's like Tatum had a great like it's not always has to be which is great with him. Like doesn't have to be shooting always.
Yeah, me and Cody were talking about that last time. Taylor deserves a defender.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
sneaky one of the better defenders on a team with a lot of good defenders.
Mhm.
he's sneaky one of the better defenders in the league. He's probably second team all defense in my eyes.
Those aren't
When he wants to clamp up, we're talking maybe top five defender. Like when he's really locked in on defense, he's crashing the boards, he's spiking balls out of the air. It's like, and nobody's getting around him.
He's got the build for sure.
It's
Oh,
always
you
Yeah,
see these threes too?
he is locked in right now.
cool, Paul Reed.
Yeah,
B-ball.
B-ball Paul.
Yeah, Jason Tatum got 18 points this quarter. Just a masterclass by him. Now he's on Harden, and they don't want that, so they're going to set that
Oh,
screen.
come on.
Yeah, this is how the Sixers are going to win a game. The only way they're going to win a game or even win the series, they're just going to have to bomb away from three and try and shoot threes with us. But they have no interior defense right now. So he's getting whatever they want going into the inside.
Even if you have really good interior D, I think this Celtics team is so good they can get Tatum and Jalen can get what they want inside whenever they want it. I just wish they attacked a lot more.
Well, they're attacking.
Jalen does now. That was that's what kind of kept us going in the series is Jalen is driving.
We were just getting. I don't. The Hawks were so small when Clint Capella wasn't playing. If we, it's just a little bit annoying when you see Tatum just like jack up a pull up three instead of just like calling for
Yeah.
a pick and then just trying to take it to the rack.
That's what he's doing in this game. He's playing off of screens. They're setting a lot of back screens for him, trying to get him up touches in the paint.
Using
Well,
using the same positions from like all NBA, what would be your all first round team be?
All NBA first team.
The first round, like the best position, like the best players from each like position from the first round, like performance wise.
Steph Curry, point guard.
In the playoffs?
Yeah, yeah,
This year.
just some like who you'd give like the best point guard of the first round to, you know what I mean, like the almost like all NBA, but just from the first
All
round.
NBA, so first round of the playoffs. Yeah, Steph's
Yeah,
probably yeah.
maybe like Ant.
Small
Brunson.
forward Jimmy Butler.
Well, no, you put Butler at the shooting guard,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then I would put Tatum at the small forward probably.
You're not gonna put Jalen on there?
No, I think Tatum's played better in the first round than Jalen did.
Technically averaged more. I feel like he has big ebbs and flows, but
I know your center's gonna be Jokic,
yeah,
but who's your power forward then?
LeBron James. LeBron James.
it could be like LeBron or AD. Looney.
Offensively, that's atrocious, but he was averaging like 5 blocks a game for that whole
Who?
first round.
Looney?
Yeah, AD actually had crazy defense. He just has been weird offensively, but he actually has been the best like quietly been the best defender in the playoffs.
He's a beast, man. He has to, he's the type of guy where you can just tell if he's like gonna really try this game. If he doesn't want, like when he doesn't want to try, it's very apparent.
Yeah, the first 5 minutes, it's going to be one of those games where it's like, all right, well, it's going to be Braun or it's going to be nobody.
Yeah.
Lakers Warriors be sick.
Yeah, that's the NBA's wet dream right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet they wish they had it a little bit later though.
Every game at 10 p.m.
Yeah, that's
No,
what
I meant late. I meant later in like the playoff seat, like
Oh,
Western
yeah,
Conference
definitely.
Finals. But
if you go in the Western Conference Finals, you can at least stagger the game so you can have like an 8 o'clock start instead of a 10 o'clock start.
yeah,
I
Or
don't know.
9
I kind of can. I'm kind of vibing with this whole like. I kind of can feel it. I feel like Jokic is never gonna go more than 6 in the West and just go like. I think he's just gonna. Feel like this will be a sweet hype like second round for like the Warriors Lakers, and the next round will just be like Jokic stomping out an old legend guy. Like I just kind of feel like that's gonna happen, and then which is kind of cool in its own way.
Yeah,
I don't
taking that
know.
next step, showing that it's turning the league's turning over. League's in good hands going forward too. I mean, we got a lot of superstars coming up. I mean, like your next guys up are gonna be Giannis, Tatum.
I don't even know if you can say the next up is Giannis. Giannis is up. Like
Well, I
Every
mean, like
play
he's
style
like the
here.
face
too.
of the
I
league.
I like how diverse the league is right now. The
Yeah,
play,
I
we
mean,
talked about it. Like I think like three of the top five are like non-US players.
and
four.
none of them, and they're all like 7 feet tall, basically, and none of them play similar.
I'd say four. I think of the top five.
Let's hear it.
You got Luca. You got
Yeah,
Embiid. You got Jokic.
I don't think I put Luka in the top five right now.
I would.
Luka, Embiid. Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
don't know.
Four out of the five.
Even with the
Jokic.
disastrous roster, I don't. I think a top five makes the playoffs this year.
What is it?
I don't think Luka's a top five player, man. The way he mailed it in at the end.
Well, you know, Joyce, they sat him. They only played him for a couple
Like
minutes in the game because it was Serbian like national night or something like that.
that's the
They were,
credit I give like LeBron always is that he was dragging some sorry team into like competition. Like Luka has to do that for me to be like, all right, you're not winning, but you're because your team's bad. You have to at least win with the bad team to be like,
well, I would argue that when LeBron was doing it, it was easier to do it because you didn't have like teams like the Celtics where you have two superstars and every team doesn't have two stars. And LeBron was doing it, he was facing like against like Dwight Howard and the Magic, who he was beating.
Dwight Howard was the MVP that year.
Yeah,
You
but
act like your Howard was a
who was on that
scrub.
team? Who was number two on
Peja,
that team?
yeah,
You
I
got
need I
Turkoglu.
need the old heads
There's
to
not
start
two stars
acknowledging
on
that
that team.
Richard
the league is
Lewis.
better now.
Yeah, sick.
The league
Like,
is better. The league of the like the level of play is just a lot
yeah,
better.
every like that was he was dragging shit teams to the playoffs 15 years ago. Now you give them a shit team and they were a playing team. So
Yeah, I
Well,
don't.
he's also 38.
he's old, but he was
Let's
still playing like
relax.
LeBron James this whole year though. Like let's not act like because he was 38, he's only putting up 15
But he
a
just
game.
can't do.
Still
He
putting up
can't. He could
20.
do it for 80. He could do it for 82 games plus playoffs back when he was 24, 25. He can't do it every game when he's 38. But
Yeah,
you see, when he wants to, he still can.
but you've seen what this league is now. Like even the Hawks have two stars, and they were a play-in team. The Heat, two stars.
Do the Hawks have two stars?
I mean, two
Dejounte could
really
be.
good players. Anyways,
Yeah.
I mean, Dejounte
Dejounte
didn't.
was like looking like he was gonna be like on Shay's level going into this year. When
I would rather go forward with Dejounte than with Trey. Weirdly
I could,
enough,
do you know how much Trey Young's contracts are for the next 4 years?
50 mil.
40 million next year, 43 the year after that, 46 the year after that, and 49 the year after that.
for someone you guaranteed cannot win a championship with.
Oof. Yeah, I don't think he might not be long for Atlanta. He might be on his way out the door.
Yeah, they're gonna have to find someplace to dump his contract off at. Maybe OKC will take him on for.
Send him to the Magic. You know how cool he'd be with Wemby and Paulo? That would actually be a sick team. Holy shit.
Oh, he would be useless.
What do you mean? Pick and roll with Wembyama?
Beal,
Who cares if-
Beal
Paolo can't shoot
Beal for
threes.
Trey.
Who cares if anybody gets around you or is hunting him out? Just fucking have Wembyama stick in the paint.
Yeah, well, you're
Good luck
just
with that.
nullifying Paolo on that one because he can't shoot threes. So what is he gonna do with a pick and roll? Wembanyama just stand in the corner and not be a threat?
Just catch and take it in
Yeah,
like a beast.
What about
there's not gonna be
what
five
if
guys waiting for him with Wembanyama down there.
what if they trade Beal like for Beal?
What you want a Beal for?
That still ain't winning the championship.
Trey
I
straight
know,
up?
but I'm just thinking about like the other like max contracts that are like really good players that I don't know that like Dame Lillard.
Nice
Dame Lillard-
move.
Same thing. It's a high volume shooter, like, a good defender, and you're gonna be paying $1 million, like 40
I'd
million.
rather watch Dame at least.
He's old.
Damian Lillard is a lot better of an offensive option than Trey.
Yeah, but they're getting paid the same amount. You're still not gonna win with them.
You have a better chance. And it's halftime, 66-63. The Celtics lead. High scoring affair.
Should be up more.
Definitely the 76ers went on a 10-0 run at the end of that quarter.
Yeah, not great.
40 points in the paint. I like to see that for the
Like I
Celtics.
said, they're doing whatever they want going down in the paint.
So,
But like I said, dude, everything's going to find its level, and the Sixers aren't going to keep shooting as well as they are.
yeah, I mean,
I think,
you should definitely win this game. If you lose this game, is I
I think this
yeah,
team probably gets worse when Embiid comes back.
depends on how injured he is, if you ask me.
Even if he's at 75%, I still think the team gets worse. They're a lot easier to defend with Embiid on the floor.
It's a real hot take. Yeah,
Yeah,
the MVP to this team, and the team's worse.
yeah,
I don't know if I agree with that.
they're a lot easier to defend. They're only shooting twos when Embiid's on the floor.
But guess what? They're scoring a lot more points.
Are they? Are they averaging over 120 something points a game? Because right now they're on pace for 120 something points a game.
Yeah, well, imagine if they had the league's leading scorer to that
I don't think they
pace.
had over 120. They had over 120 once against the Nets.
They played 4 games, and he didn't
Against a
play for
much
half
worse
of
team.
them.
Against a much worse defensive team.
I don't know, man. I just don't think I can get hop on that take that the 76ers get worse if they add Joel Embiid to the
It's
game.
not that they get worse. I think it's easier to defend.
I'm not scared of either option.
I think we should handle business regardless. I'll agree with that, but I don't think it gets easier.
I don't care how good like outerworldly Joel Embiid will ever look in the regular season. Like he needs to actually beat us in the like I feel like we're his boogeyman. I'll never be worried about him until he doesn't just fuck up in the playoffs because that always happens.
We got to
You know
see it
what
to
his
believe
record
it,
is in the playoffs against the Celtics?
huh?
You know what his record is against the Celtics in the playoffs?
Bad. I know
Not
that.
great. What's his record in general in the playoffs?
He's got 1 win and 8 losses against the Celtics in the playoffs.
I think if you count like regular season too, it's like also really bad. Like I
They
think
beat us once this
other
year.
than this year, we've ruined them in even like regular season.
That was a game that Tatum didn't play in, and we single covered Embiid for a whole game and let him score 52.
I
And
mean,
I'm
they
so,
should have beat us in that fucking the game where it came. It was 2 last-second buckets. Tatum with the big sack hits that three, and then Joel absolutely schwaps a 3/4 quarter fucking bucket. Just didn't count, unfortunately.
That was crazy. I remember that.
That was an insane basketball game.
should have won, but they didn't win. So
Yeah, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Doesn't matter. But
we should have won that game at home last year in the finals, but we didn't. Nobody gives a shit. The Warriors still the defending champs.
yeah. I
Didn't
mean,
even bring that up, man.
yeah. I don't know why you have to hurt my feelings to prove a point. Thanks, dude.
You don't need to cut that deep.
That's what it is. It was a great example. That's the penultimate example.
Oh man, and the fact that the Warriors are still fucking hanging around, man.
I know. I really wanted them to get out of here.
Eesh.
Yeah, if Fox didn't have that injury, I think that they could have won that.
Well, the Warriors are much worse than last year.
Are they? Are
They
they? I
just
mean, yeah, they
they're
are,
miss-
right? But are they?
they're missing like two like their role players aren't as good.
No
and
Otto Porter.
Everyone's older.
No Otto Porter. Who else they lose? They lost somebody else.
And they're no Otto Porter and everyone else is just worse too. Like Gary
No Dante
Payton's injured
DiVincenzo.
and like
Yeah, they got Dante this year, so he's
he hasn't really been playing. They don't really play him. I don't know.
Jonathan Kuminga sucks now. I don't know why all of a sudden he sucks, but he was good in the playoffs last year, right?
a good defender.
Gary Payton, they have him back. Like they basically ran it back.
Well, they just I mean if you like they're just last year they were like humming in the playoffs and like killing it. Right now it's just Steph carrying everyone.
Well, they had to trade back to get Gary Payton again, right? Or was it Wiseman they had to trade
Yeah,
back?
they traded for I think it was on Portland. He was almost like done for the year. He like failed the physical or something crazy. But yeah. So who do you think is victorious out of the East? So you guys think the Celtics will beat the Sixers in the series? I'm assuming.
Yeah. And then I think they're gonna beat probably the Heat are probably gonna come out of that next series.
Jacob, do you think the same thing?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Celtics, yeah.
Celtics against the Heat in the next round.
Probably. I mean, I'm not really scared of either. I kind of think, I mean, with obviously they have to have Embiid for this to be probably true, but I think the Sixers are the better team. So it's like next round, if we have to face the Heat, that'd be kind of weird.
Wow,
It'd be
wait.
such a weird conference finals.
You think the Celtics are the Heat, the 76ers are a better team than who?
I think us healthy Sixers with a fully healthy Embiid are better than the Heat. I just know I meant
Oh,
they
okay.
would like this would be our biggest challenge, but I don't know if it will be.
For all
Yeah.
intents and purposes, this is the Eastern Conference Finals because whatever team
Yeah.
wins is going to beat the next round. Doesn't matter who comes out.
So how many games do you think we take this series in?
5.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it just depends on Embiid, I guess. But if we take the first two, probably 5.
I'll say 6. I'll just say 6. I predicted a sweep against the Hawks. Obviously wrong. So I'm hoping 6 games here will actually. I'll be wrong on this one, and we'll go 5. Hopefully 4.
Yeah, I feel like we're just not gonna be as lackadaisical against the Sixers. I feel like that the franchise history and like Tatum's just gonna try harder against the Sixers, I think. I don't even know. I feel like the Hawks are just sorry and we don't really care about them.
He already is trying harder against the Sixers. I mean, the guy's got what 24 and a half.
And it's only a 3-point game.
We kind of just have beef with them since like the Ben Simmons Embiid days. We kind of just I feel like Embiid and Jalen really want to kill the Sixers whenever they play.
Well, it's kind of it is kind of like the biggest rivalry the Celtics team has right now, right? Like, who else is their biggest rival? The Warriors, right?
Whoop their ass every time. I don't know.
To be honest,
Well, yeah. I
it's
mean,
us
it
and
is a
every
rivalry. We just win it.
I don't know. One of the more I'd say the biggest one that we is and it probably will happen again is the Heat. We might have been playing them in 3 Eastern Conference Finals if we play them again this year.
Yeah, this is the rubber.
Because we did lose to them the other year when they went to the finals. We played them last year. We might play them this year. Like that, even though it feels different because the Heat just kind of get there somehow. It doesn't feel the same as like, but like they technically should be our biggest rival.
We
It's
got
just us and everyone basically. Like, because if you think about like
3
Giannis
different
too.
people that see us as rivals. Like the Heat see us as a rival, the Bucks see us as a rival, the Sixers see us as a rival. Basketball is weird like that. You play enough guys enough times to see you as a rival. It's not like football.
So you think those guys are bigger rivals than the Celtics?
No, I mean all
I
three
mean
of
the
those.
Sixers.
I see the Bucks as a bigger. Well, I don't know.
I don't really
Feels
feel
like
like
the
the Bucks
Bucks.
are rivals.
I think they are because we're both battling for the East, the top of the East every year. It's like the Bucks, the Celtics, and there's everybody else battling basically for second or third in the East.
I feel like the Heat are bigger rivals than the Bucks. And if you want to talk about kicking our asses, buddy, the Heat have dominated us for a fucking decade.
Like we don't last year in the Eastern Conference Finals, so
Well, okay, so we won one time.
all right. I mean, we
They,
lost
they,
the
I
one.
mean, when LeBron James and Dwayne Wade, they beat the crap out of us for a decade.
Oh, we're talking about way back then. I mean,
Yeah,
like
well,
when
it's 10
when
years.
when the whole regime turns over, and now all of a sudden you don't have Paul Pierce and LeBron James is on his second team since playing for the Heat. Like I kind of don't see that as part of the rivalry. Like the Lakers Celtics rivalry is different because that was like what we play each other 11 times in the finals, so that's a little different. But like when a whole regime turns over, like it's a whole new set of teams. It's like
And the
the
Heat
Magic
still
were
giving
our,
us business at times.
the Magic were our rivals back then when we were playing Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett. When we were playing against Dwight Howard. Like, do you think the Magic are still our rivals?
I don't think the Magic were ever rivals.
We played them in the Eastern Conference Finals like 2 or
Yeah,
3
but
times.
just maybe.
So like they're not our rivals anymore. Like we still had big games against them in their late 2000s.
But you can't say it because we're still playing the Heat. We're going to play the Heat in the next round, most likely.
Well, one thing that might one thing that might make this a little different is just because it's Spoelstra. I feel like Spoelstra is like the linchpin.
Definitely.
He-
I mean,
he's a
him and Pat
prime- it's a
Riley.
Pat Riley and Spoelstra. When they leave, I think that's when I think it kind of. I don't know. Is Spoelstra looks like one of the younger coaches in the league still somehow.
I
So
don't think he's that young anymore.
Dude, he does not age.
Looks young.
He does not age. But he could coach for another 20 years. I feel.
Yeah, probably. He's probably what, like 50 something?
I don't know. He's 10th in all-time wins, which is crazy.
Yeah, he has more wins in the playoffs than Red Auerbach does now.
Yeah, that just happened. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna go down as one of the greatest coaches of all time.
And he still looks like so he doesn't even look yeah, I don't even know.
What is he, Filipino? I think he's Filipino.
He's something,
He's got that Filipino good blood.
something special. That's for sure.
Um,
Yeah, he coached.
Something about they're like the money ball, even though they end up spending a lot of money, they just don't end up using the players. But they're like something about their culture is real though, with like how they just have like they always have the most amount of undrafteds and it doesn't matter. Like there is something about their grind.
I think that's
I don't
Spolstra
think they
for you.
spend that much money.
It's
Really?
admirable though. They are annoying as fuck to play against, but I do admire their grittiness from afar. I do hate like when Jimmy's doing good, it's awesome, but like they can really be a drag to watch. So I admire it from afar sometimes, but I do admire like I'm like, wow, great for you guys. You make a lot happen with little. But yeah.
They're
I
like, what if a
watched
whole
it.
team was Marcus Smart?
Yeah. 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 Jimmy Butler's like like a way more talented Marcus Smart.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Jimmy. I didn't mean no disrespect to Jimmy Butler, but Marcus Smart's a more talented fucking. Well, maybe not more talented, but now currently more talented Lowry.
Him and his it's Jimmy and his army of undrafted like people that'll hustle like Gabe Vincent's and shit.
Max
Yeah.
Struess.
Yeah, fucking, he's making it work.
Caleb Martin.
They dusted off Duncan Robinson. You want to talk about not spending a lot of money? They spent a lot of money on that fucking guy for no reason.
Sit on the fucking bench. You want to talk about good work if you can get it.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
they just also have the ability. They're a Miami franchise, so they're always going to be somebody's going to want to play for them. Somebody big,
Yeah,
you know.
some vet.
Yep, Miami's a good market.
Surprised
So,
Harden hasn't tried it.
Harden wants to get back to Houston. He liked it in Houston. It's another state where you don't have to pay an income tax, and he enjoyed it there. So
good. See you later. Get off the 76ers. That's just makes it easier for the Celtics. I, for one, love to see when talent leaves the East and goes West.
Yeah, it
I'd
should
like
happen
some
much more.
from the East. I want to see us play some really good teams.
I don't get. I don't like that. I don't care. I don't want that. I don't care.
We had a hard
Make
enough
it as
run
easy as
last year.
possible.
We
Yeah.
might have an
Yeah,
easy run to the
that's what-
championship this
That's why we're
year.
getting an easy one this year. So
We didn't have an easy one last year. So
we're getting an easy one this year. So yeah, there you
yeah,
go.
so we paid our dues.
Yeah. And now from now on, we can play against hard teams. It'll be great.
It ain't even that easy. We just went 6 games with the Hawks. Who knows how many games we're gonna go with the Sixers team without Embiid?
Well, that's what we're saying. Like it's easy. It's easier on our terms now because we expect to play like top 10 player in their respective position in every series all time. We're like basically it's like we're facing the like obviously me injured, but we were supposed to play the MVP this year this series. And like last year we freaking we could have faced Giannis. I don't know.
Also, I don't think they're going to play around in this series. They see the Sixers as a rival, like we were talking about. So I don't think they're going to play. Like they don't see the Hawks as a rival.
No, Hawks are not rivals. Not at all.
They see the Sixers as a rival. That's why they're going to put it in the work to try and beat them.
Better.
I mean, yeah.
It's going to be a good series. It's exciting. Definitely barn burner in the first game. Jesus Christ.
66-63. I mean, we're all the shit we're talking. You seem to think adding Joel Embiid will make it easier. I think you know, if he's in there.
Harden and D'Anthony Melton have 38 points combined this game. Like, I don't think that's going to happen in the first half of another game with Joel Embiid on the court. Only D'Anthony Melton's going to touch the ball 4 times in the first half if Joel Embiid's on the court.
But if you don't have an answer for D'Anthony Melton, how are you going to have an answer for Joel Embiid?
Well, D'Anthony Melton, you're not going to have to worry about it because you can have Al Horford on Joel Embiid. I'm not worried about that.
I think when Embiid does come back, if he comes back, it's going to be we'll let him score however much he wants, and we'll just have to lock down the rest. Because if he has 58 points and the rest of the team has 40, you're going to win the game.
I think he's gonna come. We're gonna be up 2-0, and he's just gonna be injured. I honestly don't even think we're gonna see a fully healthy Embiid.
No, I don't think he's going to be
Wonderful.
fully healthy regardless.
They're very
Huh?
one-dimensional with Embiid's on the floor. Like, they don't do a whole lot of different shit on offense. It's a pick and roll or it's a high post for Embiid. And it's like, all right, if you want to post him up from the foul line, then we're gonna live with that. You got freaking Rob Williams over there as a secondary helper. Like,
Damn, Steve's disrespect for Joel Embiid is crazy.
I
Yeah,
think
almost like
that
the
guy is probably the second most talented center that I've ever seen in my life. But holy fuck, does that guy choke in the playoffs and just flop all over the floor? And
listen.
has
You choke in the
nothing.
playoffs until you don't.
Yeah,
Well,
he has a
if he
really
doesn't, then I'll be worried about him. That's why I'm not worried about him now because he hasn't done it yet. He hasn't made it out of the second round.
well. The thing
Especially,
is, he doesn't even play well either. Like the thing is, other players that do like Jokic hasn't gone far, but at least he like does really well and like does as good as he can. It seems like Joel Embiid quits in the playoffs.
Yeah, he kind of gets real soft in the playoffs.
So like that's
Or
the
is that
part that I don't
really
like.
freak injuries in the playoffs, which is a lot of bad luck, like getting elbowed in the face and against it wasn't a rat against somebody a couple years ago,
last year,
last year,
you got elbowed in the face, right? Broke his face.
fractured orbital bone and missed the rest of the playoffs.
Speaking of which, we got the masked Avenger right there. It's
Win the
Jalen
mask
Brown.
again. Some days he does, some days he doesn't. I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder how. Like I've never really heard about him saying anything about it recently, but
I think it's just a feel thing. It's like how are we feeling during that game? If it's going well, he keeps it on. If he doesn't, if it's bothering him for whatever reason, he takes it off.
so probably like a mental thing too. It's like I don't want to be afraid of people touching my face when I drive. Like it probably feels indestructible with it on.
Yeah, like Rip Hamilton used to wear a mask all the time. He didn't need a mask his whole career. He broke his nose early in his career and then he had to wear it, and then after that, just kept wearing it.
No, you just didn't want like the fear of that again.
Got used to it, and he just started playing better with it, and said, "Okay, that's what I'm going to do now."
Jason Tatum scores 26 points in first half versus the Sixers.
There you go. That's the shooting returning to normal.
Jeez.
Most point,
Fuck is
most
that, though?
most in playoffs by a Celtics player since. Can you guess this player?
Paul Pierce.
Nope.
Isaiah,
Nope.
Jalen.
Havlicek stole the ball.
Hints 2010.
Avery Bradley.
Oh, Ray.
Ray Allen.
Yeah, Ray. Ray had some explosive games.
You said Avery Brad. I said 2010. You said Avery.
Hey, Avery
remember.
Bradley was pretty solid, man.
I don't remember when the fuck he was drafted.
Jonas Drepko. No,
Greg Stiesma.
Yeah, the next Bill Russell.
Oh God.
I was about to say. I know. Wait, what was the Victor? What was the Victor guy? The Vitor guy.
Vitor
Belfort.
Favarini. I think his name was Vitor Favarini.
Yeah,
He was funny. Who was
Yeah.
oh
there was a dark period we all suffered through to get to this point.
Luke Herringody? I saw him get minutes on an NBA team.
I went to a couple of Celtics games where our like top scorers was like Brendan Bass.
Hey,
I
Brendan Bass was a problem from 15 feet
I
out.
love Brendan Bass. He was on.
I know,
bad
but that
team.
day, look at what we got now.
Oh, this is like champagne times. I mean, it's arguably never been darker than last year, where you're the best team in the league and you lose the finals. That's pretty dark, but
Yeah.
man, it's champagne problems.
I know, definitely. People that everyone else below you is like, yeah, dude, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, imagine being a Magic fan. You
Only
never
the
ever had
Warriors
anything.
are better off.
Yeah, imagine being a Magic fan. You made the finals once in the last like 40 years.
Or the Kings before this year. They were like, bro,
Oh.
we haven't made the playoffs since 2004. Please.
And for your
shut up.
first matchup, you get the Warriors. We're defending
right.
champs. That blows.
You got possibly the best point guard of all time, if not second.
I mean, we'll see. I think this is a big legacy playoff run for them dudes out west.
Which ones?
For
All
just
of them.
Steph, in my opinion.
Literally all of them. Steph, KD,
Oh, I just meant
Jokic.
Yeah.
If Jokic doesn't do shit again this year, like, dude,
I think
what are
the
you doing?
Warriors, because I honestly think it's not even really. I think Clay and Draymond have already fallen off so much that this is really just Steph's like legacy now.
Yeah.
I mean, if they go to if they make it all the way to the finals, Steph Curry We're sorry. We're. I mean, we're in the. I'm a top five, and I'm not five range for him in terms
They
of
have
careers.
they had 50 in a game
Yeah, he'd be the
7
best point guard.
on the road to
I
play
think
series.
he'd be a top five player ever to play the game if he backpacks this team in a West that's actually pretty tough.
Most points ever by a player in a game 7
Yeah,
at like
Yeah, that
38.
tripped me up because I was confused and I was like, wait, he didn't even close that. He just went in game because I was like, didn't Giannis have 50? But that was because they won in six.
Yeah, that game was stupid.
No, that was crazy watching because I wanted the Kings to win low key, and but then I was just like, once it started just being like madness, like historical stuff, I was just like, all right.
God, Tyrese Maxey is annoying because he's so little, but how is he so good? He's so little. He finishes at the rim and shit.
Yeah,
He's
he's doing
absolute lights out.
he's playing out of his mind. All these
He's their
Sixers
second best player.
all these Sixers players right now are playing way above like how they're gonna play. Holy shit.
He's also ugly as a motherfucker, man. The goddamn, not a good looking cat.
What the fuck was that, Jalen?
Hello, guys. What is going on?
Jesus Christ.
Uh oh. Tie ball game 72-72.
You are very far ahead of me. They haven't even inbounded the ball yet. Yeah,
Jalen's
no.
doing that thing where he's getting stripped.
Ugh. Fuck. Good luck. Just couldn't hit it. Ha, how the tables have turned, Steve. I'm ahead of you now.
Yo, wait a minute. What the hell? You streaming it still?
Yeah.
Oh, TNT stream must be better.
Well, yeah.
That ball's got to get past one more time.
Yeah, one more kick. I mean, I don't hate the look.
The ball's got to hit Tatum's hands. He got
Yeah, we gotta ride Tatum right now.
26 and a half. Like, all right, boys, let's lock up here. Let's throw some kind of a different look at Harden. Anything but what we're doing. I like that they're swallowing the whistle, though. They're not giving them all these little touchy fouls.
Oh, boy. 76ers take the lead late in the third.
74-72. Playing a lot better than I thought they were. I think it's one of those things where, like, their top guy goes down, you kind of just, everybody rallies around that. Like, almost kind of, well, I know DeJounte wasn't the top guy in Atlanta, but when they got suspended, the rest of the team seemed to step up, knowing that, hey, one of our top guys out.
I just, you can make excuses all you want. I just don't. If you lose this game, I think we're
Oh, no.
in trouble.
No excuse for losing this game, but I just don't
We're
see
gonna
the
go
rest
on a run. We're gonna storm back right now.
Feed number 0.
Yeah, keep just getting shit going to the rim because they still don't have anybody to stop you at the rim.
Get them in foul trouble. Get all of them in foul trouble.
Let's swallow on the whistle at night. Don't be looking for whistles.
Okay, then finish stronger than finish strong at the rim. She still shouldn't be an issue.
But that's just fucking, those guys are shooting lights out from 3 for Philly, so. Jesus Christ. Patron.
Well,
I could use some Patron right now, that's for sure.
go ahead, call out. Have get a bottle.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna happen.
Well, you get PTO,
Tito Dinero.
so you don't have PTO.
No, my fucking work fucks you with that. Give it hurt throughout the year.
That stinks.
They do it by the week too. They don't even do it by the fucking hour. So my 60, 70 hour weeks don't mean shit. Yeah, that's pretty great. And I've used all of it when I go to fucking Georgia in a week or two.
Oh, have fun.
Yeah, that would be a good time. It would be a good little fucking vacation. I think Game 6 might be happening while we're on that Friday that I'm going to be in Georgia. So if this goes 6, I'm really hoping it doesn't. I'm really hoping that I don't have to fucking watch any games while I'm in Georgia.
Yeah.
Fuck it. We party. Fuck it. We ball. So you got, what's the money line on this one? What's the line? You got Celtics favored by
Celtics -10.
10? You took
Yep.
that?
No, I would have. I didn't take anything.
Oh, thank God you didn't take that. I wouldn't have taken a +10 or -10. Did you say
Yeah,
like,
you should beat this team by 10 points.
well, did you say that like if it's a favored by 10, doesn't the team usually like never cover that?
It feels like it. But
Isn't
well, I
that
guarantee, watch how this game closes. Unless the Celtics completely shit down their leg, it will be close to 10.
I hope so. I hope it's closer
Yeah, we're
to
gonna go
20.
on a solid run right now.
Yeah,
Now
really.
the Celtics just need to play better. No,
Oh yeah,
don't
look
do
at I got the
that.
deep point.
It hasn't looked fucking bad.
Look at this. Marcus
Sixers-
Smart deep point shirt.
Good defense. Holy shit. Awful turnover. Great defense on the way back.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm looking at banners right now. So.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, what the fuck? Good. It's I like that more than there's nothing worse than hearing you groan because I'm like, am I just gonna? Okay, great. My next 5 seconds suck.
I'm good at poker. I'll put on a poker face.
Hearing like anything bad coming up in the future, I'm like, no.
Jalen's got 16. He's 6 for 7. Pretty good game.
Yeah, but everybody's like lighting it up. But like,
They
neither
just gotta
team-
play better
neither
defense.
team, I don't know what it is. Like, because neither team seems like they play well. The Sixers seem like they're playing bad defense. The Celtics don't really seem to be giving up much open. Like everything's contested. The Sixers are kind of giving up whatever you want going down the middle, as long as you can get the ball in. But they're playing a zone now, and that's like fucking up the Celtics. It never fails to surprise me when a team pulls out a zone and the fucking another NBA team can't fucking figure out what to do with it.
Marcus Smart needs to get in this fucking pea brain James Harden's head. He does a really good job of that. He frustrates the shit out of him.
Oh,
Yeah, draw some
throughout the
fouls.
series, he's gonna get under James Harden's skin, and if we see him beat, he'll get under his skin too.
Jesus Christ almighty. I'm sorry. Watch the shooter's mouths on that one. That
We're
will
living
make you
in a-
puke.
We're living in the juiced ball era. With a shooter's bounce?
Man, I was shooting it.
You'll see.
I know who's shooting it.
You'll all see.
Well, I don't like who's about to shoot.
This was only 2.
I mean, that looked like that was way off from the minute it left his hand, and it just fucking
Yeah, it was
boing, boing. I don't know how. Yeah. Well,
You don't know how what? I don't know how anything. You
I
tell me
just don't know
what
how Tyrese Maxey is getting everything he wants inside. He's the shortest player on the court. It's
He's
ridiculous.
He's very
He
fast.
said the same move like 5 times.
Yeah, I figure like how do you has Al not figured that out?
That finger roll has happened so many times in a row.
Celtics seem to be getting whatever shot they want. They're just not falling.
Yeah,
Oh.
I haven't hated a single one of their looks. He just can't get anything.
I kind of just don't like when Smart shoots ever anymore, though.
Oh, Maxey's grabbing his
He's
knee.
open. You have to shoot when he's open.
Come on, man. This Sixers team is banged up.
I'd like to see Tatum get a couple touches here.
Yeah, we go through stretches where Tatum doesn't really touch it enough.
For a guy who's averaging 30 points a game, he's very complacent with giving the ball up when, he should be demanding it arguably more.
He should be every
Maxey's
time
not hurt. I think he just kind of got a Charlie horse.
Yeah. Oh, you gonna blow a whistle now?
I don't know, man. He's on the bench. I think he's bang. I think he hurt himself pretty good.
I mean,
Maxey?
I like a post up by Oh,
You said
that
Maxey's hurt?
Yeah.
might be serious.
Oh, okay. I thought I couldn't. Well, I just couldn't tell because the way he stood up.
I mean, he's icing that. I don't think it's anything serious. I think he
Just didn't look like anything happened.
did he bang his knee?
Maybe he got banged, dude. I didn't see it. I hope that's
Sometimes
it.
it's just stopping
I don't see
too
nobody get hurt like
like
that.
shit.
And James Harden's always he's been like busted up all year. Oh yeah, he's tweaked. Come on, boys, play some freaking D, would you?
They're liking this drop coverage on Harden, and I don't like that. They don't have
That's
any guys that are going to beat you on rebounding, so
when has that ever worked for us? Drop coverage, like it never works for the Celtics team.
it never works for really any team. It doesn't work until it does work. It's one of those things. Nobody ever talks about it when it works, but it's egregious when it doesn't. I'd like to see them hedge it up more. Don't switch though, because they don't have a role man that's going to kill you. Like, am I
Once
worried
again,
about ball going down the lane? Like no.
they're giving Maxi some special sauce. Someone follow him.
I see what he's doing right now. That he ain't on no special sauce.
I thought he just went to the locker room.
No, not quite.
Yeah, get Grant out here. Just make him defend or something.
How do you leave him wide open at the corner? Jesus Christ Almighty!
Welcome to the show, baby. Glad I'm looking at Doc Rivers and knowing that they're going to hit a three. Ride that bike, Maxie. There you go. I don't want to see the next play. Yeah, Brogdon needs to step out on that one. Not smart chasing over the top.
Yeah, that was not a good. Why does he? Yeah, I didn't like that.
No, I actually thought I thought that was bad. I hated every minute of it.
I did not like when the other team scored. No, Smart's going to pick him up full court and just try and
Whoa, what the fuck?
Start being a fuck, dude.
Take it to the rack. Oh my goodness gracious.
I might as well just watch you, Cody, not the game.
Oh, I didn't tell you what happened. Maybe he finished it, maybe he didn't.
Yeah, it looked like a celebration. For
My
sure.
favorite thing is when when the camera just cuts the Doc and he's like,
Yeah.
he does it once a game. He's like, I can't believe the call.
Or Boot, like Bud would be like the saddest looking man ever when it gets to him. But Budenholzer looks crazy sometimes.
He's so red and blotchy. It's crazy.
I know, dude. Like he looked like the most fuck. Like just like his family just got murdered in front of him. You're like,
Him and Nick Nurse, they turned pink. They get so mad.
Yeah.
I think there's wine so much too. It's unbelievable.
But they'd turn to Brad and I'd be like, show some emotion.
Yeah, Brad was cool as a cucumber.
There's no winning. It's like either my coach complains too much or my coach doesn't complain enough. Like there's no in between.
Well, to be fair, we did have a coach that balanced that perfectly.
And Ime?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was really good at that.
Complaining to the refs, he yelled at the refs, and I
Exactly. No, like I was so happy with his vibe when it came to that stuff because he really bullied the right people.
Mhm.
Like when it comes to our players too, like he was just a dominant force. Like I feel like Joe's like peers with our players.
Yeah, well, the thing is that like you make it get away with it because he played in the league and he coached under Pop. I don't know if Joe has that kind of juice.
No,
We
we'll
got
see.
Sam
I mean,
Hauser minutes.
Joe could end up being good though. Who knows?
Yeah, I think he's doing a pretty decent
He's
job.
he's a rookie head coach, man. He's gonna make mistakes. You
Yeah.
can only hope they just don't cost you anything, you know. I think he's fine. I think he's done a B to B minus job.
I just hate
Oh,
how his
yeah.
problems are like the same as ours. Or it's just like immaturity. Like I feel like it's gonna bite us in the ass with like not calling timeouts because he's shook by the moment, just like we were last year and shit. It's just I wish we had like a veteran coach at least.
So he's got to pre-switch that when Tatum goes by. That's bad.
God, they really are swallowing the whistle. There's a lot of contact going on the rim.
Yeah, not really getting much. It has to be pretty egregious. Like I'm surprised Tatum got that call on that last one. Beautiful basketball.
You know who I fucking despise? Georges Niang.
Boston's own.
He talks shit.
He's from Boston. Georges Niang is from Boston.
I don't know if he's from Boston. He's from Massachusetts somewhere. I think it was Roxbury, maybe. I also hate the fact his name is Georges.
Georges Niang is from his nickname. Can you guess what his nickname is?
Curious Georges.
No. It's such a
Dum Dum?
stupid nickname. It's so stupid. The minivan. What the fuck kind of nickname
What would
is
that
that?
be? I wonder what the hell.
He's
What
from he's
warrants
from
that?
Lawrence. Shout out Lawrence, Mass.
Lawrence. Yeah, I knew he was from somewhere around here.
Was that their first shout out on this pod?
That might be the first Lawrence, and that might be the because
Oh,
not much
really?
good
Shout
going on.
out
A
Lawrence.
couple good restaurants up there if you really feel like going into Lawrence, but other than that, take a rain check on that one.
Yes, I heard it's not the nicest place in town, in the state.
We love all towns in the state except for Pittsfield.
Pittsfield?
Pittsfield's gross. You know about Pittsfield.
Yeah, it's near Amherst.
I have no clue about Pittsfield.
It's like basically in the Berkshires. It's fucking gross.
There's
I know I've been through it. If I've been to Amherst, I've probably been through it.
there's some pretty forgotten about towns around there.
Yeah.
Bunch of old mill towns,
Yeah.
factory
Pittsfield's a
towns.
crackhead town.
They're all like on river, like it's a bunch of factories on rivers down there, like in some western Mass parts.
Fucking
I'm trying to think. What's the fucking
Palmer.
I've been through Palmer. I've driven through Palmer 100 times.
shout out to Paxton, Mass. Paxton, Massachusetts. Shout out to Saint Marie College or wherever the hell. That's one of the schools I got into.
I learned
Paxton,
in
man.
college there's a town called Air in North Shore.
Yeah, I've heard of Air.
It's off Route 2. It's not really the North Shore. I have like 3 or 4 customers in the Air Littleton, right there.
I just never go to that area.
There's no reason to go to that area.
Yeah.
There's more on the South Shore than there is in Air.
What's the nicest rank your top 5 towns in Massachusetts? Exclude Boston.
I wasn't gonna put Boston there anyways.
Boston's obviously one.
No, I fucking hate the city. I'm out on the city.
Well, you're wrong and your opinion's stupid. So give me your top 5.
You talking about like nices or talking about like places that you enjoy being?
Just rank your top 5 states. It's not that serious.
I'll take Stowe at number 1.
Take what?
I'll take Stowe at number 1.
Stowe?
Yeah,
Isn't that in Vermont?
there's a Stowe, Mass too. I went golfing there yesterday.
Okay, where the fuck is Stowe, Mass?
Recency bias, bro.
Hey, it didn't say it had to be a list, right? It just had to be a list.
Pembroke, what about our hometown?
No, I'm not putting Pembroke in there.
Pembroke's nice. I don't think it's a top 5 town though.
I can't hate Pembroke. I might put that at number 5.
It's not even the best town in the area. Duxbury beats it.
Yeah, but
I'd rather-
all right, well,
Duxbury.
I don't like the people from Duxbury.
Well, yeah, they are our rivals, but still, it's a good town.
Yeah, but like there's something that if you grow up in Duxbury, you might be a dick. I don't know, like there's something to be with the character.
I mean, if you met 2 of the 3 people on this podcast, there's some dickheads from Pembroke too.
Yeah, we're not from Deluxeberry though.
We're not as bad as Hanson though.
Yeah, it's a low bar.
We lost to all of them in basketball.
Yeah,
What's
Hanson and Duxbury, like they beat the shit out of Pembroke Athletics.
Yeah, and Situate in Marshfield.
Not the year I played football. We went 10-0 and then lost in the first round of the playoffs.
No, I only play basketball. We just lost everything. We only beat random teams that we didn't know about.
I wouldn't even say what I did necessarily was play football. I showed up to practice a lot. that's all I did. I put on the pads and showed up to practice.
Drank a lot of water. Sweated a lot. It was pretty good.
So you got Stowe, Mass.
They're all like out of towns. I don't go anywhere and do anything. Fuck do I want to do that for?
Jacob, rank your top 5 towns in Mass.
I really like Amherst,
Okay.
That's a good
Mount
pick.
Adams.
Never even heard of it.
They're the tallest
It's
mountain.
named after me.
They have the tallest mountain in the peak, and they have a cool museum. I hiked that mountain, and then
Cool.
Pembroke hometown. I'll go Edgartown and Martha's Vineyard,
Good pick. Good
and
pick.
P-Town.
Nice. All
For
right, we'll
being
leave that one.
being
That's an obvious
oblivious.
joke.
I have never
I mean,
been.
I would do Boston. I just moved here.
Boston's one. Boston has everything. It's hard to be like the one major fucking metropolis in the state is
I'll just
obviously
pick
gonna be
Back
LA.
Bay because that's where I moved and I love it.
Yeah, Boston's phenomenal. It's the number one state. It's the number one city in the goddamn country, let alone the goddamn state. IMO.
All right, well, it's definitely not the most enjoyable city.
What's more enjoyable?
Not, I mean, we just have, I mean, like New York's just five of us. Because the borough is the
Yeah.
same size.
Yeah,
But
the
it's
boroughs are bigger
dirty
than.
as a motherfucker. Yeah, but
Borough is bigger than Boston.
I'd argue being smaller in that regard's good. It's
Info
good and
bracket.
bad.
What's the
Well, I would
score for
argue
you and
that we're
Cody?
smaller than New York, but you can walk
85,
around.
83 Celtics.
The crowd's loud as fuck.
I can't. I got this audio on. Jesus, dude, he gets everything.
Oh, James Harden got something apparently.
No, he didn't. He's not even playing right now.
Maxi then. It's one of the two.
Correct.
But, that's their first bucket in the last like 4 minutes. So,
Nice. Good fucking turnover, you nitwit.
all right. So the Celtics turn the ball over. There we go.
You can, I am being very vague to the point where you can't tell what I'm talking about. Because it was not the Celtics, by the way.
Nitwit is a great insult. It's your top 5 insults. Top 5.
Maybe for a different podcast.
Top 5 non-vulgar insults like nitwit.
Dimwit, nitwit, imbecile.
Yeah, imbecile really makes you sound like the stupidest person ever. I don't even know. That's really rude.
Nimrod's pretty good.
That's a great one.
Nimrod's amazing.
I've heard that one.
Dunce sounds pretty dumb.
That's true. It's all attacking people's intelligence.
I'm a big numbnuts guy.
Numbnuts is a good one.
Fucking
And that is the end of the third.
I have not seen the end of the third. The third quarter's not ended yet in my eyes.
It's
Boy.
and the ending just looks like it's about to suck.
It did not.
No.
Jacob somehow even farther behind me.
Oh, there you go.
Jacob-
I saw it.
Jacob's in the
There
first quarter still.
By the time he's back, he just hurt his knee. I don't know if he's gonna come back.
I just only seen the Maxi one.
It's 87-87 tie ball game going into the fourth. Not great, Bob. Not great.
Marcus Smart's dealing with something with his chest. That's not
Yeah,
great.
he went to the bench. He was getting rubbed down or something.
To be fair though, I feel like the third quarter is when we blow it a lot of times, and I feel like we're withstanding a lot of like attacks.
I don't understand why it has been the Celtics' case. Like, I think it's just Jalen and Jason. For whatever reason, the third quarter, they just take it off.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell it is. I mean,
Yeah,
maybe it's
no.
just like a subconscious being like, all right, well, everything we're gonna give everything the next quarter. We have to.
Which was a nightmare against the Warriors in the finals.
Yeah, the thing is, like, if you just played consistently for all four, you'd win games by 20, and you wouldn't even have to play the last 6 minutes if you didn't, or 5 minutes.
I mean, Tatum had 8 points that quarter, so I mean, I can't really tell him he took that one off. I don't remember.
Yeah, I would say no. Who's having a bad game? Al feels like he's having a pretty terrible game. I don't think I've seen him hit a shot.
I just
saw
don't.
1-3.
It's not that they're having like bad games. He has 9 points, 4 boards, 2 assists, 2 blocks.
Shooting what?
I think we just said. I think
4 or 6.
they've just been hitting way more.
The defense needs to pick it up.
I mean, D White only has 2 points. Marcus Smart only has 2 points. I mean, Smart's got
He's
6.
been
assists.
buns all series. All like, I don't know. He's been
Who?
not all series, all postseason.
Marcus? He was the third best player in the court last game.
I don't know. I just when it comes to consistent, like I feel like we can't rely on him to get the teams every night at all.
We got to take White out. We got to just put Brogdon in. He's playing much better. He's got 18 points tonight. 8 of 11 from the field. It's a plus 18 on the night. White's a minus 17. Horford's a minus 11 too. Horford really shouldn't be playing in this matchup. They don't have a big out there for him to cover. And he's not
No,
scoring.
Paul Reed is.
How's Robert doing? I don't feel like he's doing much better either.
Like 4 points, 5 rebounds.
What is he? What is this plus minus?
Minus 1, I think it was.
It's not bad.
Put Blake in.
No, he's a plus 6. Sorry, I was looking smart. He's a plus 6.
Yeah, I mean, Al's in there for spacing.
Tatum's a minus 2. Brown's a plus 2. I mean, plus minus, like, if you're around 0, it's fine. If you're a minus 4 or 5 or whatever, like, that's not a big deal. If you're like a minus 17, like, yeah, you have been out there for some bad basketball.
Who's the plus minus leader, Jalen?
No, Brogdon's a plus 18.
Oh, shit.
Fucking Brown's a plus 2. And then a couple bench guys are plus, like, 2, 3.
And who's the plus minus leader on the Sixers, Maxey?
Yeah, he's a plus 9. Harden's a 0.
Really?
That checks out. I feel like Harden's played every minute.
29 minutes so far. It was actually getting some browse.
Yeah.
I hate these freaking interviews they do with the coaches between like quarters. It's so useless. I don't even know what he's saying, but I know it's just a bunch of canned bullshit. Gotta play harder, you know. Gotta secure those rebounds, or stop turning the ball over, get out in transition. These guys like to get out and run, so we gotta slow them down a little bit here.
You know, personally, as a team, I think we need to score more points than the other team, and make sure they score less points than us.
I like it when the ball goes to the hoop for us, and I don't like it when it does it for the other team.
All right, let's go, boys. Come on, let's pick it up on the offense here. Let's build this lead out. If they're gonna play offense like that, you need to take advantage. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Mismatch. There's a mismatch because you're laying down, you fucking idiot. Come on, man. That's the worst part about Tatum's goddamn game.
No, you are like a full like 3 possessions ahead.
Well, you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute.
Sounds
It immediately leads to a fucking bucket down the other end. It's just insane. Like, come on, dude, stop bitching. Get up.
I don't think you got up that slow on that one. You definitely could have got up quicker. You got to get back on that one.
Well, even when he came back, he's in the ref's ear, like, oh, it was a foul. Like, who, dude? Sprint back.
Yeah, I like it between the play. I like it when he doesn't do it during the play. He hasn't been doing it during the playoffs, anyways.
Well, guess what? Now it's a tie game because he has something to say.
He hasn't shot the second free throw. Okay, I don't know.
He's a pretty good shooter, Steve. I'd bet money that he makes the second one.
Look at James Harden looking aloof on the bench right now. Dribble, spin the ball, crouch, shoot. All right, we have a tie game at 89 points right now. Okay, here we go.
Good man. Me and Steve are watching the same game.
Yeah, Cody, shut up.
I didn't say anything.
You have been. Oh, thank God that I can't see the screen and see both screens, I should say.
Yeah, Marcus Smart is really he is nursing something serious. He doesn't look good.
Get hit in the head or something, right?
I thought it was his chest. What do you think it is?
No,
Oh, I was thinking earlier he was holding his head. I didn't even see the most recent thing.
Yeah, he's struggling a little bit out there. He's got to get one of them chest protectors when he plays. Probably got a little one on. I probably just got to get one that's a little bit bigger.
He needs to get armor in general.
The way the guy fucking plays.
Shows up in a full suit of armor.
He'd be like unstoppable in armor. Marcus Smart in armor would be just lethal.
He's already yoked.
Smart in a full suit of armor or Isaiah Thomas with a gun.
I think the gun wins.
Yeah, with the Marcus.
Yeah, you're gonna take it to the rim. I don't think so. I don't think so. Isaiah Thomas with a gun.
You don't
No,
remember
that's my
that?
favorite one ever because he couldn't shoot
Remember
him.
that
It was
post?
like he could shoot the ball, right? That was the
I mean, he was a good shooter. I don't know how good of a shooter he is. Where he could just shoot the ball out of somebody's hand as you go into the rim.
but like well, no, like I thought more it was like a shooting thing where you just like almost like skeet shoot it.
James Harden, he just sits. He's sitting there on the sideline. He's waiting.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't have to guard it. He's like, pull.
That's
James
what he's
Harden
doing.
shoots. Wow, that's pretty funny.
Kills a fucking father of three in the fucking 300 levels.
You hear the
They
SpongeBob?
definitely
My
made the
leg.
one.
Oh, God. That- Let's go Celtics. You gotta
Damn, we
win
should
it.
think of more. We should think of more fucking dumb comparisons like that.
Well, the Isaiah Thomas one with a gun. I stole that from a Reddit post.
It's
yeah.
hilarious.
That's an old. I remember that was all over a mixtape.
Yeah.
That's something
Also-
they would pick up.
Isaiah Thomas with the gun is one of them. Who would be a better defender, Andre Roberson or Isaiah Thomas with a gun?
Dude, that was when Andre Roberson's stock was high. He
I
You
fell
remember him? He got
fell
bit by
the
the
league
injury
in, like,
bug bag.
bad. Like he fell out of the league within like 2 years.
I forgot how funny this fucking thing was. I'm sending it over now. Cody, you can read it because you're more articulate than I am, and it'll distract you from predicting what's going to happen on my TV. Jesus.
Who would be a better defender, Andre Roberson or Isaiah Thomas with a gun? Isaiah can't actually shoot players since that's a foul. Probably flagrant, but we'll see how Tony Brothers sees it. Isaiah can, however, shoot the ball midair on the way up, and that's a block. Assume the crowd is protected by bulletproof glass. He can also use it for intimidation since the other players will have no idea why he has a gun on him.
I cannot wait for Tony Brothers to retire so I don't have to look at that name anymore.
Oh, he sucks. I hate him.
It hurts my head. How is Tony Brothers one person?
What? What do you mean?
It just
How
looks like
could
it
he
should
be?
be
How
a
could he be?
duo. Like that should be a duo.
Tony's brothers.
Yeah, I mean,
Just
he's literally
like,
brothers.
like the Tony Brothers, just like or like I don't know.
Sounds like a pizza shop in the fucking North End.
Tony Brothers just sounds like more than one person.
He's a fucking terrible ref. And so is Scott Foster, too. The extender, Scott Foster.
Fucking Zarba.
Zach Zarba. I don't even know if is he bad. I just know his name.
I mean, if you know a ref's name, it's probably not good.
I mean, some of them just been around long enough. You got Gucci ref, too.
Who?
You got Gucci Man ref.
Oh, he looks like Gucci. Yeah, that's so fucking funny. He was doing a game. I forget what game he was on the other day, but I'm like, damn, that guy looks just like Gucci Mane. And I was thought about, did I text that?
No, that's been something that's been going around on Twitter
Oh.
for a while.
I swear to God, that fucking he looks just like Gucci. That is
I don't know what his
hilarious.
name is, so he must be doing a good job.
Dude,
That
look at
is so
his
funny.
friend. Shay's at the Met Gala, I guess. Look at he's fucking styling.
Those
I didn't even know NBA players went to that.
oh, they got money. They like the fashion. These guys grew up trying to
Oh
dress
yeah,
nice.
true. Russell
I
Westbrook.
tell you who doesn't go to it. The people who are in the playoffs, the good ones.
Yeah.
Well, SGA is a good one, but he's unfortunately in a shit team.
The team's not even that bad. I mean, you just had Chet going down for the year.
They're pretty bereft outside of a few players.
Chet, I don't know. I can't tell if Chet just like his like skinniness just scares me. I can't tell if he'll ever be healthy. I just can't. I mean, someone's built like that. I just
You got
like
players.
I'm already scared of AD falling every time he falls. Like Chet, I'll never be confident in.
Well, I mean, you said the same thing about KD too. He was a skinny guy coming out of college.
You got people fucking
We also
trading,
get him
literally
going.
mortgaging the future for a guy who's a literal telephone pole in Wembanyama. That guy is so big, but he's a literal beanpole.
Yeah, he's wildly skinny.
He just seems a little different than Chet though, at least.
because he's taller.
He also just is filled in a little bit better and also just is better. He just plays better too. Like he's
He's like
like Wemby actually, if you watch the tape of the two, like Wemby looks way too coordinated.
he has crazy guard skills for a guy
It's
that
yeah,
big.
like Wemby, like his size is a thing, but I think if Wemby was 7'3", he's like 7'5", and I think if he was 7'3", he'd be still like as tout. Like I think if Wemby was 7'1", it'd be the same. I think
So
he's that coordinated.
they call it travel, they call a foul on that.
Foul.
All right, that's fine. That's not a
I got
travel.
one for you. Who's a better scorer, James Harden with a bowling ball or Abdel Nader with a ping pong ball?
That's a good question. I
There's no
don't know if James
travels.
Harden has the I don't know if James Harden has the shoulder strength to get a bowling ball up on the rim. He's a little old at this point.
That'd probably ruin it. That'd end his career. He might get it, but it'd be the last thing he does.
Well, you can't use the glass either. Try and throw it off the
That's
glass.
true.
Smash it every time.
All of his might to throw it at the backboard just goes straight through.
That's a foul on Tatum.
Man,
It looked like they called it on White.
it's a weird trap. They're trapping now. I'm trying to just get him in rotation. I don't know if I like trapping against this team. Too many good 3-point shooters. Yeah,
Harden's got 34. God damn.
I liked all the jokes about like people being like the battle of the worst haircuts in the league between Dirk White and Trae Young.
yeah, worst hairlines, yeah. James Harden.
Derek White's hairline is fucking brutal.
That's not great. There's been better.
That's his
Yeah.
forehead. He looks like a Neanderthal.
Christ.
He's a
He
nice.
he just needs to sit down. He's having an awful game.
You need to put Brogdon in. Oh, you have Brogdon in. You need to put somebody else in.
Well, look at what he does here. You'll see in a second.
Yeah, no,
So-
he should just that. Yeah, that should be it.
You see that? You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Man, it's fucking not great.
Problem is, Smart is not playing great.
I hate that Doc Rivers is feeling good about this game. Fuck.
Oh, they gave him a fucking flagrant for that too.
A flagrant? For what?
no. That's just a take foul.
Yeah, that's the take foul. Which it is.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not trying to foul him. He's reaching for the ball. That's a fucking weak call. That's not the way the rules set up. That's a bad call.
Oh no, the ref show, baby. Let's go.
When you swallowed your whistle for fucking 4 quarters.
Well, look at what they're calling on. How is that not a foul on? I guess he smacked him in the fucking head. Come on.
Jesus Christ. Fucking, you didn't blow the whistle for 4 quarters, like 3.5 quarters. Now let's see what we can call.
That's the thing. I hate it. I hate about the Celtics team. And maybe it's not endemic to them, but like when the game gets really close, it feels like the whistles just come fucking an avalanche and they make it a lot closer than it should be.
I think it's just everything's getting mucked up. I think teams just muck it up at the end of the game against the Celtics. It's the only way you got a chance against them.
They're like gonna
Well, we
lose
got
this.
the
They're gonna
call.
lose this game.
Brother, are you like 8 minutes of game time ahead of me?
No, but I just have a feeling.
We're winning
Uh-oh.
mine.
Oh my god. What the fuck? How do you call that? What the fuck is that? Holy shit. That Tatum, that was clearly a foul.
Jesus Christ. I don't like that no call.
I mean, I get no call, but like that seemed pretty blatantly a call no matter what. Especially if you're calling it on like Marcus and on, Derek like that.
Gonna be touch fouls on everything else.
Hated that look.
How far away from the bonus?
I think both teams are in it.
No, not yet.
Just them right now.
I don't think they're in it yet.
I see bonus on the thing here.
Oh, now we are, yep. That's just because you're ahead, dude. That last foul put us in it.
They're gonna lose, boys. I have bad news for you.
How are you giving up offensive rebounds to the Sixers? They don't even like the offensive rebound. Oh God. Don't know how that's not an offensive foul.
What, the push off?
Yeah. As
Yeah.
blatant as it can be. I don't know.
Nah,
Also,
no.
Reggie Miller's saying that PJ Tucker is setting vicious screens. Is that allowed? Is a vicious screen allowed?
This should be a T too.
Yeah, I don't understand when everyone complains about Tatum bitching, and I get he does it, but like I feel like he says one thing and they call it technical, and then like every other fucking star like screams at refs.
I mean, Tyrese Maxey's in the ref's face, and
I
they're
know.
like, "Yeah, you're
Draymond,
right,
like,
Tyrese."
if Tatum did that, he'd have a tech already. I guarantee it.
Although Maxey about to foul out.
I wouldn't hate that. Just post up fucking
I
Brown.
love that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be huge.
I've done that the whole game. I don't understand why Tatum is not touching the ball every time down the court either.
Come on, let's go, man. Maxey's actually been pretty bad this quarter.
Tatum or Maxey?
Maxey,
Actually, yeah. No, he hasn't done much in the fourth.
he's launching. He's absolutely
I think-
launching, and I don't think he's hit one yet.
I think the fouls kind of fucked them up bad, even on offense. Just when you're getting covered by Smart, dude, you can foul out on offense.
That's scary.
That's why I got the depoy shirt on.
Oh, gotta help him on that, Al. It's gonna hit that every fucking time. Wake up, Al. Come on.
James Harden gets a bucket on this one.
I honestly would rather like Grant Williams in just because he's better at defense. Because like Al's not going to be shooting right now, it seems.
Come on, attack that fucking guy. You should be throwing everything. You should be hunting Maxey right now.
Definitely.
Everybody on the. You should be hunting. He's the smallest guy in the fucking court. You should be hunting him. Period.
I get Tatum on him.
Yeah.
Nice.
He doesn't play any defense on that. That's fucking great.
Uh oh. Please tell me that's his nuts.
What the fuck could it be happening on his TV, Steve?
Something bad.
Oh my god.
I don't know, dude. I can't
Oh yeah, what the fuck? That's a T. That's a T. Oh my god. You fucking.
They
You'll
hit
see
Tatum
it.
nuts.
You'll see in a second. That should be a T.
Did he just punch him in the nuts?
Yeah,
Joel
pretty
Embiid's off the
fucking
bench.
brutal.
That's the T right there.
Yeah, wait, what is Joel doing?
He's trying to break up the fight, I think.
Oh, that's a fucking ejection. Fuck a T. That's an ejection and a suspension.
Wait, what even happened? I was watching the ball.
Tucker, Tatum was sprinting and he threw a lead pass and Tucker turned around, but he had to know Tatum was still running because he was sprinting and he went like that and he fucking hit him right in the beanbag.
I wasn't even watching it because I was still looking at where the ball was.
Well, I guess we know Tatum doesn't wear a cup when he plays.
Bro, even if you wear a cup, if a guy swings that hard, it's still gonna hurt.
That would suck to wear a cup in basketball.
I would never wear a cup in basketball.
The only guys that should ever wear a cup in basketball are the guys that are guarding Draymond Green and Marcus Smart.
Steven,
Anybody who's like 7 feet tall, because everybody's at your nuts anyways.
Steven Adams.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
Steven
got
Adams
enough
had a
experience.
specially made titanium cup for fucking Green for that one series.
Yeah.
Steven Adams needs a custom made extra large cup, probably. For his giant nutsack. The guy's got big beans.
He needs an actual cup, like a big gulp from 7-Eleven size cup is what he needs. Jesus Christ. Throw that fucking guy the shit out of the game. Yeah, my bets did not hit because James Harden has like 42 points. And I needed him to have under 38.5 points, rebounds, and assists, so that did not happen.
Yeah, I guess
I
he
thought,
might be good again.
I thought they was gonna key in on him. I thought he was gonna have a hard time, but I way overrate a lot of our defenses, I think. Holy fuck. Yeah, they should. Jacob, you got the fucking sound on your TV, right?
Yeah.
You have to let us know what they're saying about it, because
They're reviewing it right now. My friend Taylor's at the game. They're reviewing it at the table.
The thing is, I'm a little behind.
I'll let you know.
I'm a bad reporter. I'll let you guys know what happened to the TV after you saw it.
dude, like I'm right at it with you. My shit's on mute, so I have no idea what the fuck.
His best argument is that his back was turned to him, so he didn't know that he was still run. But like, how do you not know the guy's sprinting full speed?
Why are you swinging your arms around like that? Like, there's no reason for you to swing your arms around like that. If you're upset about a call, you usually put your hands up, right? You don't swing them down towards the guy that's running past you. Like I don't.
I don't know.
Maybe
They could see it that he was trying to block the pass.
Tatum will never have
pass
another.
him past him. The guy laid it up
I know. I'm just trying to. I'm a lawyer by. Listen, I'm a
nutmeg.
lawyer
Why
by
is he with his
trade.
arm like this? Like,
Oh, the pass is way by him.
he already laid the ball up before he started swinging his arm around.
Oh, I don't even know if he saw him coming still. Jesus, that was such a weird play. Why was he doing that?
Yeah, but Tatum's hurt, so he should just get a point anyway. He's never gonna have another deuce again.
That's okay. One deuce. We're gonna have a deuce Tatum on the Celtics. Nothing. Wow.
They made no call on that.
Nothing. That's a backcourt. Oh, you got pieces. Fuck.
Also, Joel Embiid got off the bench and got into a scrum. That's a tech.
Yeah, I was confused by that. He's like grabbing Mark Smart's back of his neck. I was like, what, is he allowed to do that?
They're boys. I know they fight a lot when they play, but they're like friends.
Oh yeah, they are. But I mean, if you get off the bench, even if you're on the team or fucking, it doesn't matter. Like if you're in the game or not. If you come
That's a
off the
foul.
bench, something exciting happened.
Or
Like
I wonder what happened.
Peripheral vision, and I saw that Cody was absolutely amped the fuck up about something. Okay, here it comes.
I saw a pretty bad thing that happened on mine, so that's from.
There we go. Yeah. Well, you were celebrating while they got a bucket on our end. That's pretty sweet. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't get that. That's fucking so frustrating that that's not a T or anything.
Horford just got fucking ran around.
Yeah, Horford's out there. I don't think Horford should be out there right now in this game. I think that you should have Rob. But I mean, I guess if you have Rob out there, you don't have as much spacing, and that's what they're kind of looking for, to try and attack the rim. But early on, you were just running a pick and roll with Rob, and he was getting whatever he wanted. Is Maxey still out there? Can we hunt him?
No.
He might not play for the rest of the game.
He's kind of like trash right now. It's not even like he's doing well either, so they might just keep him out.
Who hit the three?
Oh, fucking Harris. Fucking terrible.
Yeah, because Horford wasn't on him when he should have been.
Oh yeah, that drop. He's chasing. I don't know why. Christ.
Oh, boys. Fuck. Gotta close this one out strong. Come on.
Yeah, I don't know what Horford's defense was on that one.
I don't know, dude. He
He's been
sucks right
bad
now.
this game. Yeah.
We needed something from Derek White this game. He gave us 15 points tonight, like he usually does, and we would be fucking golden right now.
Yeah.
Tatum should be taking this game over. Can't do that.
You should be taking the game over, but you can't do that. So we did something bad.
He just needs to take the game over.
He does. Get him something going downhill. They don't have rim protectors.
What do you think happened based on that?
You can't give up game one on the at home. That's for sure.
That is fucking absolutely insane.
I'm guessing there's an offensive foul based on your
I want you guys to tell me how this is not a defensive foul.
Oh, you're telling me that's not a tech. You just threw the fucking ball away after the play was over to complain.
Yeah, I don't get why
Let
we
them
get
do whatever
all
they
the-
want.
What is a tech and what isn't?
But that was definitely a defensive foul on now, right?
No, that was either a no call or an offensive foul. They have.
Oh my god, check out this one. Check out this one. Tell me what you think about this one on Marcus. We want to talk. I just want the inconsistent whistles. I just want to bring this to the attention here. This
What did we
is
get a call?
soft. This is soft. Oh, I guess he hit him in the head. I'm sorry, I didn't see that.
Apology accepted.
Time having one right there. Well, they have a new.
Well, he hit him in the head. I didn't see that until the replay.
You didn't see his hair move? His hair moved.
I'm watching it on the small screen all the time, and I saw that he got hit in the head. So you're on drugs.
I didn't see it.
Great pass.
I was gonna say I like the
Great
passing.
passing is going to elite this game. Like they
Yeah,
get the
that was
ball
a
in
good
the
pass.
side, and the cutter's on point, on target.
I just love the double bounce pass right there. Like bounce pass, bounce pass.
Come on, D up, boys.
That's the
Get
way
some
that Tatum can
stops.
take over this game, is he can start dragging double teams around and find.
That's how I know how he can take over it. That defensive fire that we saw in the last series, he can pull that one out of his fucking hat. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Where you at?
Fucking 3 minutes left in the game.
No, but what play did you just see?
In front of Jason Tatum, and Jason Tatum said, "You're not going to have any of that."
That's what I'm saying. That's the type of shit I'd like to see.
So I'm
Clamping
saying
up.
All defense easy. I can't put them first team because the first team guys are just next level, and most of them that's just what they do. But on any given night, he can give your best player fits.
Jesus.
Oh, Maxi's back in.
Thank God.
Fucking foul.
Thank God he's back in, huh?
I have no idea. I'm watching him dribble around like a chicken with his head chopped off. Holy fuck!
And then you see
And I see him against Al, which I do not like.
and one. Yeah. Come
Okay,
on.
bucket apparently.
Oh, Al blocked it. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Al fucking stuffed the shit out of him.
That's how we finish out a game, baby.
Oh, come on.
Nice offensive rebound. How the fuck is that?
The refs can't even get their whistles that correct. They're debating again.
How the fuck is that not a foul on? You have an and one for that, but you didn't give a foul for fucking the Tatum drive down the.
But
other
look
end?
at they don't even know what call they're gonna make. They're literally debating it for like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
now.
it was smart. So I wouldn't be surprised if his feet were set. That would foul him out.
Yeah, that would be big time. And take away a bucket with a free throw too.
Yeah, no,
is
that
a
would just end the game probably.
5-point swing, get a bucket on the other end.
Yeah,
That
that-
actually free throw.
God, that ref has fucking like 1,000-mile stare eyes.
Dude, you would-
Oh, his feet were set, but he was in the air already.
You're allowed to be if you're going straight up.
No, if the guy already took off before you set your feet, then it's not. It's,
Yeah, I think that's a blocking. Yeah, it's a block.
Worth the review though. I'll take that.
I think. I mean, who knows? These refs could get it way wrong. It'd be nice to see the Celtics get a bad call go their way. That feels like it never happens.
Yeah, back to that Al Horford offensive foul on James Harden though. He didn't know what it was. It's because like he used the ball to try and knock him off, and they started like changing that rule.
Well, I
It was
also think
definitely
his knee might have hit the ball, which I guess is clean.
yeah. Well, when he got back, when he came back, he came down and swiped, got all ball and then come down. But I can't remember who it was. One of those series, the other team was complaining the guy was using the ball as like a weapon almost. Like he just kept hitting people with the ball. It was the Warriors series. The Warriors were complaining Sabonis was doing it. He used to swing the ball around and catch guys with it. And like when he was driving through the lane, hit him with it. They tried to make that a point of emphasis.
Calls official, block and foul. One bucket.
Jesus Christ, Celtics. Make it harder on yourselves, why don't you?
I don't hate the play by Marcus. It's literally a matter of a second.
Yeah, no, I'd take that from Smart all day. And where he was, anyways, like if he tried to go for the block, he's gonna foul him.
If we can switch, get like pick Maxi and get him to switch onto a Jalen or Tatum, I'd appreciate that.
Smart. Or even a Smart post up. I would like a Smart post up. No timeout after the free throw. We can't call a timeout after the free throw.
Oh my God, clean look.
Yeah, you can't call a timeout after the free throws. You got to keep Maxi on the floor.
Wow. That's all I gotta say about that.
What in the fuck is going on?
Dude.
Wow. That's a big bucket by Big Al.
That's what we like to see. Hustle on the O boards, guys. Jesus, closing out after your shots.
Yeah, Al missed a lot of shots tonight, but he got the one that counted.
Yeah, I was about to fucking die if we missed like a bunch of threes in a row and then they won.
I mean, clean looks. Seriously, I can't hate the look. Like, if you get them, you should take them.
Oh yeah.
That's how this team plays.
He just hasn't hit them. He just hasn't hit them this game. But he the team, the effort made up for it, and they crashed. That's no Joel Embiid for you.
Yeah.
On the other end.
I mean, they got to figure like even if the Celtics win this game the way that the Sixers played, they're gonna have confidence going into game 2.
Well, I think it's also like you said, the team, the style of play is going to be a lot different when Joel comes back.
It's slow. It's very slow. When Joel Embiid's out there, you can run the floor and get a lot of easy transition buckets because he's not going to run back.
But also the defensive scheme changes as well. Like we're just going to pick and roll him to death. I can't imagine a better strategy than that.
They're going to get Embiid and Harden involved in every pick and roll and see what happens.
Harden is not quick enough to get over any screens. He's not anymore at least. Maxi might be.
Screen.
He's quick enough to get 40.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. Harden might be quick enough. I don't know.
I'd be okay with Embiid getting 40 because that means Harden's not getting 40, and Harden gets his 40 more efficiently. I'd probably imagine. Maybe not efficiently.
They both get him at the line, so.
But like he's gotten them officially this game. He's got 40 efficiently.
20 free throws is how they get their 40s.
It's a good hack. Send them to the line.
Okay, so they're going to the line. Make him earn it. Paul Reed, too. I don't know how good of a free throw shooter he is.
He's a center. You can hope he sucks.
Good play, though.
Yeah, it really sucks that their secondary center is like pretty good.
Yeah.
Very athletic. I don't never seen this fucking guy in my life.
Who, Paul Reed?
Yeah,
His name on Twitter is B-Ball Paul. Then he
I
went to
know.
DePaul.
I know all about that. I know all about the legend of B-Ball Paul, but I've just never seen the man.
He also went to DePaul, which is sick.
B-Ball. Isn't that down? Isn't that in the Philly area too?
I have no idea.
I don't know actually. Like
Big.
he's absolutely wet from the line.
I like the no timeout call too. Keep
Too
those
many
guys.
passes. Too many fucking passes. I cannot believe this.
Oh my god, sir! I'm gonna get you a ball gag. Be Celtics themed and everything. What the fuck did we just do?
I don't know what we did.
Tatum deferring.
Well, what was that? Well, he just
Tatum made the right play to move that ball again, and
He
then
made the
fucking
right play. He passed the ball to the guy with 1 second left.
no, that was Brogdon that fucking made the pass to fucking nobody to the opposite team on a breakaway.
yeah,
Brogdon
he should have just held it.
Right,
Then
but,
it's
but Tatum
Tatum grabs
passed
that
it
ball,
to
brings too. He
Brogdon.
passes it over to Brogdon. Brogdon needs to shoot that. He doesn't need to be driving that.
Fair enough. But I
He
think
doesn't
Tatum should
drive
have
that.
shot it.
He needs to know there's 1 second left on the clock. We're not passing again, anyways. Never mind.
yeah,
the
that's
pass.
a rough way to give it up too, because that would just gave it to them with like he just scored within like 4 seconds.
Right to him.
Like at least
Yo,
just at
Maxey,
least have a
I don't-
turnover that's like a ends up when like out of bounds or something.
If I was Tyrese Maxey, I would have dribbled all the way down the court and just stood there next
Just
to
hold it. Yeah, just hold it.
You're just confused.
He's like, I can't believe I just got the easiest bucket of my life. Oh, I'm frozen. What the fuck, guys? Come on, Auntie. Don't do this to me. Don't do this.
You can listen to us fucking announce the game.
I don't even know if I want to watch it after that.
What the fuck, Brogdon?
Okay, well, I missed a play.
I'm just watching the replay.
You know who's a really expressive guy? PJ
You?
Tucker. No matter what, he's always emoting after a call, good or bad. He will let you know what he thinks about it.
There's an emotion coming out of that man. He's the emotional leader of the 76ers.
When he chucks a fucking awful three, he always wipes his hand off. It's hilarious.
Every guy does. If you ever miss one, it's like you start looking at your hand, like, oh, what did I get on there?
Always
Damn,
remember,
that is
it's
so-
it's not your fault. It's your sweaty hands' fault.
The ball.
I mean, I don't know. We cannot talk shit on Tatum. He's about to have like a 40-point game shooting well over 50%.
Nah, the story is the fucking awful defense of the Celtics. How do you not like?
Is Tatum about to have 39 on like 14 to 29 shooting like that? Oh no, way better than that shooting.
14-25.
Yeah, that's like
Big defensive possession, yeah. Oh, what the fuck can you do about that?
I know he just had a great shot. We can talk shit. We can't talk shit about Tatum's performance, but he's just been outplayed.
Well, yeah, you can talk shit about fucking throwing the ball to the wrong fucking team because if Tyrese Maxey doesn't have that dunk, then it's a fucking high game right now.
Yeah, that's true. That's actually true. Yeah, fuck. Well,
Fucking-
you got 8 seconds left, right? You can get something. Let's take this to OT. Don't settle for a three. You've been taking it in all game.
yeah, Tatum should just drive.
Worst you get is you most likely get the call.
Derek White and Malcolm Brogdon need to play so much better than they played tonight.
Yeah. Derek White had a awful game. Brogdon, I mean, I think he played all right besides that awful fucking possession.
We shot like amazing except for one person.
Also, we need Al to actually score the ball. That would be pretty nice.
Here we go.
How did Brown only talk about being timid? Brown only shot 10 times.
Oh, there you go, Cody. I'm still looking at a fucking Subway ad.
How did Brown only shoot 10 times?
I fucking know. It's not like you didn't have a mismatch the whole fucking game. The whole fucking Texas team is a mismatch for Brown and Tatum. I would Tatum took 25 shots, but I need Brown to take at least 15.
Yeah, I
Especially
know.
if White's having a bad game.
Brown just didn't even do bad. He just only shot 10 times.
Why is that the fucking offensive possession that you came up with?
It's the ball game, folks.
Oh, there's 4.5 seconds left for me.
Same, but come on.
What the fuck was that plan? Why did we give it to Marcus Smart for the game?
That's the softest foul call I've ever seen in my life. Hopefully Paul Reed missed a couple free throws for us here.
That'd be cool.
It's not looking so cool. We don't have any timeouts left, so they might just intentionally miss this.
I don't like Marcus Smart anymore.
Oh, that's 4 point, and you don't have any timeouts left, so that's your game.
Well, they say a series don't start till you lose at home.
You lost to the fucking Sixers without fucking Joel Embiid. Because you
Why the
decided-
fuck we just blew that at the end? Like that, we just gave that to him. That's not. You can't do shit like that and then expect to win a championship.
You just got punched in the mouth. Well, you got to see how we'll respond to that.
That was embarrassing.
Brutal.
Play down to your opposition. You give 45 to fucking James Harden.
Part of me's feeling like that's awful. You need to win that game, I think. But like I did start off the podcast by saying the Celtics record when the best player and the other team is not playing is awful. They like lost like 15 games this year when the best player on the other side didn't play.
That's unacceptable in the playoffs. You have 100.
Listen, I'm an optimist. I'm trying to spin it here.
Well, also like
We won't play this series
Steven
anymore.
said, Joel Embiid's coming back to fuck this up. So fuck this great chemistry they have up.
Good. I hope he starts next game.
And James Harden's like, I hate Joel Embiid.
No, I mean Embiid is going to be, he's going to take a large portion of Harden's points away, or like possessions away.
That's so fucking bad.
Well, it's going to be 5 minimum.
Season
They're
5.
not going to win 4 fucking straight. This team doesn't have that in them. That's fucking so bad.
All right, what's the story? Let's hear it. What's your takes on the game? Jacob, you first.
Had it. We blew it. So it better not come to bite us in the ass, that's for sure. But yeah, I think we still have the series just like how we absolutely just blew, like we just blow games, but we're like supremely talented, so we end up winning in the end is our obnoxious way of being. So it's like you're like we're almost have like an awful loss in like every series, even when we win them. So yeah, I guess it's just we take harsh punches, and I guess this is that. I don't know.
Steve, your take.
Jaylen Brown shot 8 of 10 tonight.
That's your take. What's your take on like,
That efficiently. Why the fuck are you taking 10 shots? Like, that is terrible.
I don't know. Especially if you've only missed twice.
You turned the ball over 4 times. I mean, come on. Fucking Derek White, 4 points on 5 shots. Like, why are you playing 27 minutes of Derek White if that's what he's going to give you? Because he wasn't stopping anybody defensively. Grant Williams should have been playing more than 4 minutes because you're not going to play Rob. Apparently, you're only going to play him 20. Didn't even break 20. Al's playing 30 minutes in this game, and they don't have a legit center on the other side. They have Paul Reed playing. Like, this is a Rob Williams game. So
Grant could have been
that fucking Embiid's going to play, and Grant could have spread the floor for you too. That was bad coaching, to be honest. Tatum, 26 points in the first half, 13 in the second half. You got to get him the ball more than that. Just terrible. Tatum 4 or 5 from 3. Should have been shooting more threes, I guess. Just fucking atrocious. You can't shit your pants in game 1 against the Sixers without Embiid. Like, this is just Celtics showing their maturity again.
Yeah, I mean, how I feel is that Tatum, another chance where he could have taken the game over, and it didn't happen. The other star on the other team took over, and beat you. It happened in Game 4 when Trae Young took over the last game, Game 5. And even that came down to a last shot. Harden we just didn't have an answer for him. And Maxey balled out. Bad coaching, I feel, by Mazzulla. I just feel like he never had an answer for either of those guys. And the answer is I agree with Steve. The answer was Rob Williams on the other end, like an elite shot blocking defender. You know, the other guy's Paul Reed, not anybody I'm scared of. Yeah, he just got out hustled, outplayed. Tatum didn't take over. He just didn't take over again. And you lost a game that could matter. And I think this series could go long. And you drop one at home, it's never good. So you got punched in the mouth. So if you are a championship team, you will answer. So we'll see in game 2. Hopefully Joel comes back and things change up a little bit. But not a great start. Not a great start.
The golden
Offense, I feel like the offense was flowing. I don't even feel like the offense was the problem. Obviously, at the end, it got a little stagnant there, and ended in two crucial turnovers. Literally 0 for 2 in your last 2 possessions.
I think they shot the shit out of the ball.
We were seeing literally like I think I remember I can think of like 3 or 4 3-pointers that Al Horford gave up that were wide open in my head.
Yeah, that was
He wasn't particularly hitting well. I don't
And
feel
so he not only was he missing, but also he failed to help or was bad around the closeout, around the picks. I can think of almost a handful of 3-pointers in my head that Al Horford gave up that if Grant Williams or Rob were playing, I don't think they would have given up.
Derek White disappearance sucked. I feel like he's kind of been not great since the beginning of the Hawks series. I don't know what's going on with him. But he went to sleep. If you remember, he went to sleep last year.
It's just now we have Bragi, who at least does well in his position, but then throws it away, I guess.
I can't really blame. I mean, he just made a really bad play, but he was given the ball with 2 seconds left. How can you expect him to make a play?
He also got 20 in the game.
I expect him to shoot the ball when he gets the ball.
Yeah, but I don't even. Tatum should have shot the ball. He had the ball with 5 seconds left at the minimum.
You double team, kicked out to the shooter like you're supposed to do.
I mean, a long way wrong too because
he made a bad play.
We also had the ball with the game. We could have just won it, and we just also had a shitty fucking game tying play too. Smart just drove with 5 seconds left.
Yeah, I feel like that's Mazzulla. He didn't have a play for the OTA or the bounce ball.
You can't try and pass that ball off. You got to put the ball up in the rim.
Yeah, no, I think he was trying to pass it, but also I feel like he was just doing he basically drove into the paint with 4 people there and was trying to do a bad pass to Tatum. It's just should have not even done that.
What does Tatum gonna do with the ball if he gets it?
I feel like that stuff never happened with Ime and with Brad, because they specialize, or Brad especially specialize in time out of bounds play calling. They were they were experts at that. I feel like I feel like Missoula doesn't really have a plan. He's like, all right, I'm going to give it to my stars, and they're going to get to the rim,
I mean,
and
he
we'll.
got Smart a lane to get to the rim, and he had the guy on his hip. He just didn't. He tried to pass it off to Tatum.
But that's
Like,
what that's you leave it. That's the thing. Like you don't really have a game plan
that's
other than
what
give it to your stars and let them get to the rim. I
yeah,
guess that's fine, but that's what that happened. Then that happens.
yeah. I mean, that's not Smart. They can't blame Missoula for that. He put Smart in a position to succeed, and Smart found a way to try and pass it off to Tatum for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Missoula should probably design a better play. Does actually design a play?
I just don't, I think you should design. I don't even want him to be giving Smart opportunities to succeed or fail. I want Tatum to start with the ball in his hand when we have 8 seconds left. Give it to Tatum and it just be his.
Yeah, just set a million picks for Tatum. Like
Yeah,
that should be the last play.
Like just have it like at least either have really good ball movement or Tatum ISO. Don't have a Marcus Smart drive and kick as the last play, please. Dear
I
God.
also feel like Tatum was a bit passive. Smart did try to kick it, but then he like pulled his hands back.
I don't know. I'm feeling. I just really out of all the people in the team, I can't. The guy with 38, I just can't.
Yeah,
Well, how many did he have in the last minute? In the last 2 minutes?
It's just there's a lot of people that couldn't. That I just Jalen. I mean, if I feel like Tatum gets shit on for stuff like this, like why didn't Jalen take over and why didn't Jalen? I don't know. I feel like if I feel like when Jalen does better than Tatum, it's always why is Jalen doing better than Tatum? When Tatum does better than Jalen always gets the credit when he's doing better, but Tatum never gets the credit when he's doing better because he's expected to do better. You know what I mean? Like he gets shit on when we lose and Jalen does better. It doesn't matter if Jalen technically didn't even do that well. It's just like, what the fuck? But like Jalen can disappear and he gets away with it, I feel.
So whose fault is it? Is it Jalen's for not demanding the ball, or is it Joe Mazzulla's fault for?
Same with Tatum for not demanding the ball, you know? You're saying the same thing for Tatum. Like
Yeah,
Tatum,
yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Jalen only. I feel like I didn't even see Jalen shoot.
I don't know. I wish I mean, you're right. Like, I guess they should have.
I think
You can't
Jalen.
have two stars demanding the ball. One, I don't think. Maybe you can. Maybe you can have a functioning offense and have two stars demanding the ball at the same time. But maybe I think a skilled coach would know that you need to get the Jalen the ball more because he's absolutely in fuego and he should probably touch the ball at all in the last 2 minutes. Like, I don't know.
8 for 10 just doesn't make sense. It's like a Jokic fucking. That's what Jokic does.
That's a center. That's a pick and roll center that's got a mismatch and just going up for lobs. Like,
Yeah,
not
that's Rob. That's like Rob Williams' best game of the year.
yeah, that's like DeAndre Jordan is what that is. Like that's not Jalen Brown on the Celtics.
Well, I guess you got so yeah. Ultimately, the story is you have two stars who scored the shit out of the ball, but they didn't demand the ball in the last 2 minutes, and that's when it mattered, and you lost.
Yeah, I mean you had Tatum at the free throws to put you up in the game, but
Yeah, yeah, he did hit free throws.
he had that drive to the rim, got fouled on it, was aggressive.
Yeah.
Did what he was supposed to do, but
Fuck. Then what? Then what is it? Then what is it?
Defense.
Well, yeah. The obviously the big thing is like the defense was just miserable. They had no answer for Jalen and fucking Tyrese Maxey. I mean, not Jalen. James.
It might just be that because if you look at the shoot, it's disgusting. We shot like 60%. So it's like it literally just I think is defense. Like
I felt like the offense flowed until the last two possessions.
Yeah, I literally just think it's defense, and which is such a weird thing to correct because everyone's healthy. It's like okay, just focus better. I don't even know.
Well, I think that's the problem with Zula. He doesn't make in-game adjustments like at all. Like he has a game plan. He kind of bud with it.
Yeah, I didn't notice us play anyone differently.
No, like they ran the same defense against Harden basically all night long. If Smart's out there, you're not going to switch. If Horford's out, if anybody else is covering him, you're going to switch it. And that puts Horford on him, and then Horford can't cover him.
Horford played good defense too. It's hard to complain.
No, but for the most part, yeah. But it's just not his bag. So at some point you have to say, all right, well, we got to switch out Horford for Grant. Try him out. They play Grant for 4 minutes tonight. Like,
No. I mean, I'm in on the lot. Horford probably. I mean, he had to have played bad defense for the whole game because they were just doing the drop coverage, right? But like for the last possession where Harden hit the game winning three, essentially, right?
yeah,
Over Horford. Horford played pretty airtight defense.
Yeah.
I just feel like
When
you
a guy
know
like James Harden has
if
a go,
Jalen or Jason are on him, he's not hitting that.
no, I think he's still hitting that. If James
Maybe,
Harden has
maybe.
it going, it was like that game against Trae Young in Game 5. You let him get going the whole game long, and then at the end, he's hitting step back corner threes, fadeaways with a hand in his face because he's an elite player and you see in the basket and it's looking wide open.
Yeah, I mean, let's just stop focusing on it from a Celtics perspective, right? We are a Celtics podcast, but man, James Harden's still fucking really good. You
Yeah,
can't sleep on that guy.
I don't think you can do it for more than a game, though. I don't think he's gonna have anything else like this for the rest of the year. Even if Embiid doesn't come back, I don't think he's putting up 45 again.
That's another thing. That's another positive angle to look at it from the Celtics is like, I don't think he's going to do that again. Maybe, I mean, maybe he can do it for another game, but he cannot average that for a series.
Oh yeah. This is the best this is like the best this is the best like Embiid offensive game they can have, really.
This feels like the first game the Hawks won,
Yeah.
right? Where the bench just shot fucking like 60%.
Yeah,
You know?
outlier offensive performances from everybody.
But if it's not,
I don't think
the thing is, it could not be.
I don't think Max is going to go off for like the 28 that he had or whatever, or 26.
Yeah, then I feel like
I
everyone
actually think that's the most likely scenario is that continues. Harden's obviously not going to score 40 plus points again on whatever percentage he was shooting. I feel like Max's performance is replicable. He's been really good. I just saw playoffs.
yeah, just slash James and his total in half and we win by 20, then it works perfect.
That's what I'm saying. Is like one of these things has to give, and I don't think it's going to be Maxey's. But the thing is that Embiid hasn't been thrown into the fray. We don't know what he's going to look like.
Just overall, not great.
Listen, you got punched in the mouth. You got to answer. If you are a championship team, you will answer.
Boston sports in general are just taking beatings right now.
Yeah, the Bruins drop the series. It's not great. It's dark times right now. So it's been a dark beginning of the week.
The Red Sox are like might be worse than the Orioles this year. It's fucked.
They were worse than last year.
Yeah.
Patriots 8-9, no playoffs.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
I'm gonna fucking hang myself. Fucking this sucks. My whole personality is sports.
Boston. So the only place
Just find some like I don't know, just be a Man City fan or something. Some Brit.
I am. I literally am.
There you go.
I have an Erling Haaland fucking jersey in my closet.
There you go. Then they're gonna be good. They'll carry you through some dark times.
That is true. They literally just took the top of the table. They are number one in the EPL. They're probably gonna go on to win the EPL this year in the Champions League.
bandwagon.
Holland's the blonde Lewandowski.
Haaland's the best player.
He's gonna be
Best
better.
score. He's like literally having. I don't know if he's still on pace or not. I think he is to break the goal scoring record. Maybe not though. I can't quite remember. They just beat the shit out of Fulham 2-1. So
We have devolved into soccer talk on the Banner Report.
that's what happens when your team gets fucking slobber knocked in the fucking face in game one.
You know, the head of our podcast has the Boston Celtics banner 18 behind him, and he's trying to tell me about John Collins playing for Man U over here.
John Collins, Erling Haaland, yeah, same thing.
Both stink. All I know.
Yeah, Celtics suck, that's for sure. Well,
I have to say about this fucking shit show.
listen, I think the positive spin is that Embiid Harden ain't gonna do that again. Embiid is still injured. If the offense can keep clicking like that, besides the last two possessions, I like our chances. The defense has to be a lot better, which can I feel like it can happen. The good thing is that you're still the more talented team. You can still figure it out, and I still think they're gonna.
Yeah.
I still think they're gonna. I don't feel so. I mean, that sucked. That was awful. We lost. You know, I don't feel so down because I still like our chances.
It's an outlier every game.
We'll see. We'll see in game 2. But
Anything else?
that's it. You guys got anything?
No, not really.
Keep your chins up. This ain't over. It ain't over. Celtics in 6.
Yeah,
Book it.
sounds like a fucking losing mentality. When you lose game 1 at home, it's not over, guys. It's not over.
It ain't over. It is not. It's game 1. It's I actually don't think it. I think I still like the chances that we close it out in 6.
We shouldn't be talking about it's not over. We should be talking about, hey, we're up 1. It's not over. Fucking terrible.
Season 5.
Yeah, I got season 5 still. I don't think you're gonna win 4 straight, but I got season 5. Oh, it's gonna be a long day tomorrow.
Well, you guys are all down, but I'm feeling weirdly positive. So
This is the first.
I think they're gonna be all right. I really do. Unless Harden just rolls it back to when he won the MVP, then we're screwed. Then we are really screwed. So, but I don't think that's happening. But that's all I got.
Oh, yeah. Let's get wrap the shit.
This has been the band. I've been Cody. Jacob, thanks for joining us. Hopefully next time you join us is on better terms than this. Steve, as always, cheer up, buddy.
Oh boy.
This has been the Banner Report. Peace out. Go Seas.
Let's go see, baby.
Jeez.